Welcome back to Dungeons and Robots, where we are going to have the conclusion of everything that happened in the first part. We have all of our same players back to conclude, although this time we're joined by one more player that is going to be a wonderful part of the game, and I'm so excited to have them. So everybody get in gear and get ready for some probably terrible accents by me, but lots of excitement and more robots. So we're going to kick off the second half of this game by introducing Jay's character into this wonderful post-apocalyptic world of crazy killer robots. So Jay, please tell us about your character.
Hey, party people. Yeah, I'm going to be playing the role of Cassiopeia Steele. She is a smuggler from the underworld turned mech pilot after salvaging an ex-mill construction unit in a junkyard. So that's pretty awesome. And the reason behind it is because I am apparently trying to get revenge on an underground crime lord who has wronged me and my family. And the only way to do that is with mechanized violence. So that's where we're at right now. I'm very edgy and deep-seated in revenge right now. So we'll see how that progresses moving forward.
Yes, we shall see how that progresses. So you are in this world, and at the moment your character is in this shop, where you're working on the mech, and this shop is located somewhat in the area of the new Detroit area where a couple of the other characters are located. And you are there working on your mech, and then all of a sudden you hear like a knock or like some kind of noise outside the area of the shop.
All right. Who's there? I'm not gonna open the door. I'm just gonna call through it.
And you just faintly hear, Miss Steele? Miss Steele? Is this where you are?
We're closed.
I'm very sorry. My employer is telling me that this is of real importance, and I really need to speak to you right away.
I'm going to huff and then make my way over to the door, swing up the garage door, and just. What do you want?
So you swing open the door and you see this very short female person who has, very curly dark hair and, kind of a very stout body. Doesn't look really intimidating at all. It just looks more concerned and, very shaky and unsure of herself. And she looks at you and she says, I'm so very sorry to disturb you, but I was sent here by my employers. There's some people that we have to recruit and gather and have come to a place because there are some robots, some very dangerous robots, and we need to do something, and you are one of the people that we have to have help us.
I already told you people at Avis Tech, I'm not buying. Now get lost. I'm gonna start closing the garage.
And she sticks her hands out as if to try and stop it, and is like, I'm not with who you think that I'm with. We're just trying to stop all of the robots, the bad ones, not the good ones. There's good robots, and I know that you really like some of the robots. And I was hoping that with your skills and your expertise that you can come and help us.
What's your name?
My name is Hammerhead.
Hammerhead?
I know, I understand people get confused all the time, but that's what my name is.
All right, Miss Hammerhead. What's the pay?
Well, the pay, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. The pay. You really can't measure it in money. If we're successful, then all of these killer robots that are destroying cities and killing people, everything will go back to the way it was.
At this point, I'm going to start thinking you're one of the kooks on the corner who keeps saying that the world can be saved or destroyed or whatever. I generally ignore you guys, but seeing as you're in my shop. Right. All right. So, listen. I'm really busy right now. Kind of got something going on. But how about this? You come back later, and I will do everything I can to help you. All right? Do I have like a panic button somewhere? Like if it's at a bank, I'm pushing the little button under the thing.
I don't think in this scenario it makes sense that you would have a panic button.
For sure not, but that's the energy I'm trying to give off.
Yes.
Maybe I like grab a wrench from the side and like just hold it behind my back a little bit.
I'm so sorry. I know that you're a very busy person, but if you don't come with me right now, then whatever you do later, it's not going to matter. They could be here at any time.
This is a threat? What am I, marked? Done fine avoiding him so far. Someone after you? Is that what's going on here?
I mean, it's not really you or me. I mean, these robots, they're after everyone. It doesn't matter who we are. They're gonna come after all of us.
Okay. So let me get this straight. You need me to join your employer to stop the end of the world.
That is true, and I might be able to convince the boss that he can pay you if that's what it takes. If that's what it takes, I mean, we I'm sure we can find some kind of way to pay you.
I'm gonna look back at my project at the moment. It's in pretty rough shape, and I can't do much at this juncture, at least not without money or parts. And I mean, not doing anything else tonight, so. All right. We got a deal. On one condition.
What's the condition?
Anywhere I end up, you end up. No leading me into ambushes, all right?
That's kind of the way that it works.
Right, sure. All right, lead the way, Spannerhead.
Okay, so that you start to go off with this character, and we will go ahead and get into the second act, and we are going to actually go back to Xandri, who is, landed in like the middle of seemingly nowhere.
Hovered above. I'm sitting on the nose of the ship
Okay.
right now
Okay.
because I had a plan here. So
Okay. So basically, middle of nowhere, not really that much around. And all of a sudden you see like just something kind of coming out of nowhere, moving on the ground pretty quickly towards you. It looks like some kind of a vehicle. But there's no Valkyrie is nowhere in sight. There's no robots or anything like that. So you see this vehicle coming towards you. It's probably something closer to like a Land Rover or Humvee, more of like a military style type of vehicle that's a little bit tanky. And you're watching, and as the vehicle gets closer, you can see that there appears to be a humanoid sort of robot driving the vehicle. And they, kind of pull up and park pretty close to where your ship is hovering and just kind of wave in your direction a little bit.
So they've got out of the vehicle and are waving up at me.
They're still in the vehicle. They've just stopped. They've stopped and kind of parked in a stopped position near your ship. but probably not within like earshot.
I'm gonna reach into the cockpit of my ship, grab a little like radio, and megaphone down.
Identify yourself.
So the robot still kind of like waves and is motioning for you to come closer. They don't appear to have any type of device that would like amplify volume in your direction for you to be able to hear them.
Computer, what can you tell me? Any weapons in that vehicle?
The computer says,
All right, wait here. I'm going to jump off the nose of the craft and like superhero landing right in front of the vehicle.
perfect. That's fine. I'm not gonna make you roll to confirm whether you can do that. So the robot turns off the vehicle and gets out and slowly approaches you and says, "Hello, are you the one known as Andrew?"
Yeah, that's me. Who are you?
My name is Kane, or otherwise known as KN-7294.
Right, okay. Why the shortened version?
It's not really a shortened version. You asked me a question and I gave you an answer.
No, why do you shorten your name to Kane? 7294 is an acceptable portion of your name.
Sure, I understand, but I find that humans find it more acceptable if I have a more human sounding name.
Right. That's a bit odd.
You know, there's a lot of confusion and people are scared of robots right now. So I want to make sure that humans understand that I am not going to hurt them.
Yeah, wait, why is that? My computer was telling me that robots on this planet are vicious and have taken over. What's with you?
Oh yes, of course. You aren't from here, so you wouldn't know. Um, there will be a lot more information once everybody is in the location that they need to be. But I can tell you that there are some robots, not all robots, that something has happened to them and they only care about the destruction of human life. And they will do everything in their power to destroy all of the human beings on this planet.
Right, and you're not one of them then, is what you're telling me.
If I was one of them, you'd be dead already.
Hmm, I doubt that, but we'll see. Also, you said everybody's getting where they need to be. Is that not here? I was told to come here.
Oh, it's very close to here, just a short drive away.
Hang on, wait, we're driving. I've got a ship.
I understand, but your ship is going to draw too much attention. So it's not very far. If you could just get in the vehicle with me, then we can make our way there. It's really only a couple of miles away.
Right. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna pull out a little beeper and click it, and the ship's just gonna land next to me.
Okay.
Hmm. How safe is this area here?
Oh, it's the safest place that there is. Most of the robots, as far as we know, don't even know that it exists. That's why it's of dire importance that we go there as undetected as possible.
Oh, no, where we are right now. I want to know if my ship's gonna get, like, stolen if I leave it here.
I understand. The robots are not interested in your ship, and there's no humans for miles, so I don't think that you need to worry about that.
Hmm. Hmm. No humans for miles is a good place for scavengers to be. Righto, hang on a second. I'm gonna go to a storage compartment. I'm gonna take out, like, a big camo netting and just throw it over the whole ship.
Better to be safe than sorry.
I think we're good. Also, I'm gonna grab a backpack out of the ship as well and load myself into the car. You coming or what?
Well, of course, I'm going to drive. I know where it is, and you do not.
That's a fair point. I mean, I am in the passenger seat, so I was expecting you to drive.
All right, so Kane hops in the driver's seat and starts heading in the direction of wherever this location is. And I mean, it really is pretty close. It's a couple of miles away, so it takes maybe 5 minutes at the most to get there. There's, nothing that you can see really anywhere around. It seems like
On the drive, I'm just gonna try and convince Kane to introduce himself with his actual name and not with Kane.
if you're asking Kane to do that, Kane's going to be like, okay, Xandri, I will use my real name with you, but I'm still not sure how other humans will react to it, so I do have to be careful.
I mean, you look like a robot. There's no getting around that.
Yes, I understand. I definitely look like a robot, but just to make the humans feel a little bit safer, it's one small thing that I can try to do.
Hmm. Humans seem like a jumpy lot.
That indeed they are. And so just as you're kind of finishing up that conversation, the car stops in this seemingly like you don't see anything. There's nothing that you can see around. It's still kind of in the middle of nowhere with nothing but just like ground for miles. And Kane gets out of the vehicle, and then all of a sudden there's like a part of the ground that just like opens up almost like a hatch or something of that nature. You definitely wouldn't have been able to detect it at all just by looking at it, but it opens up and there is a stairway that seems to lead underground somewhere. And Kane says,
Yes, here we are. Are you going to follow me?
Before we get to that, sorry, what was Kane's actual full name? Because I have
Oh,
already
yes.
forgotten it. My
KN.
Xandri wouldn't have, but I am bad with names.
It is KN7294.
7294. Okay, I'm making a note of that because that will probably come up later.
Yes. Oh, very good, Mitch. You put it in the chat, so just in case anybody forgets.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The robot wants you to follow down this stairwell.
Hatches opened up. What can I see down the hatch? Is it a ramp? Is it a ladder? Like, what's the vibe here?
You can see that there's actual stairs that kind of curve down, but it's very dark. You really can just tell that there's stairs, but you can't see anything as far as what it leads to or really anything else that's in there.
I gonna give Kane a side eye slightly. I'm gonna grab my stuff a little bit tighter. Right, well, you first then. This is your deal.
And Kane says, very well, sir, and proceeds to start descending down these stairs.
None of that sir stuff. That we don't need that around here. Xandri is fine.
Okay, I will call you Xandri.
Yeah, that's better. People called me sir once long ago. We don't need to go back to those times.
All right. And are you going to follow down the stairs?
I'm gonna leave like 2 to 3 feet between me and the robot, and just kind of like follow cautiously behind.
Okay. Perfect. So we are going to shift over to, let's see, I'm trying to think everybody's going to the same place. So I'm trying to play this in a certain direction. We're going to say, let's go to Mitch.
Oh.
So you are following this person who's, seems to be a bit jumpy and a bit like, shifty and stuff like that. and definitely doesn't really feel comfortable with your robots. Seems to be a little bit wary of all of the robots that you have with you.
It's
Um,
very much understandable.
and he's continuing to walk along, and then like all of a sudden stops as if for some reason something has changed, and turns around to you and says, I don't know that we have much time.
What do you mean? As in, like, I want to be able to get through safety?
Circumstances have changed, and I don't think that like we have to get where we're going much quicker than what we're moving at right now.
Where are we going?
I may have been a little bit misleading.
Wait, am I going to a robot fighting event?
There will be robots and there will be fighting, but I'm not exactly sure that I would call it an event.
So I'm gonna get like really huffy puffy, like really mad. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna be like, nope, all right, I'm out, and I'm gonna start walking away. But Smee is going to drive its way in front of me, keeping me. This is the heavyweight Smee, by the way, keeping me from leaving. And I'm gonna very annoyedly turn back. All right, where are we going?
He is going to look at you very like shaky but also serious at the same time and say, I am very sorry to do this to you. And he's holding the glowing orb and proceeds to lunge and grab you. And then all of a sudden, you are no longer there. You are transported out of that area.
Uh-oh. Ah, ah!
And so we're gonna leave that briefly and shift over to Johnny's character, and Alim is on this motorcycle with the person that they are with, and they're driving. You've gotten away from Clyde. You've gotten clear of Clyde. You can't even see Clyde anymore. Clyde is a distant memory. And you're driving along, and all of a sudden she screeches to a halt and like stops and kind of parks the bike and gets off of it and looks very worried.
Why'd we stop? Is there another Clyde?
Thankfully, there's not another Clyde, but there are other robots. This is by far not the only one. There are other robots, and they are coming, and they are not going to stop. And this is a very fast bike, but we're out of time, and we need to do something before this gets even worse. And it's about to get so much worse.
What do you mean? What robots are coming? Do you know specifically, or how do you see them?
I can't see them, but it's hard to explain. I know that there's going to be more of them. Those in my organization, we all have a communication with each other, and we know what's going to be happening, and this is going to get worse. There's going to be more attacks. They're going to start destroying more cities. They are highly organized now, and they have a plan. And if we don't do this soon, then they're going to wipe out everything.
I'm kind of just like in shock. I don't know what to do. I barely escaped Clyde again. So I asked, how much farther do we have to go? This mysterious place.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have enough time to get there by bike. So I know that you just met me, but you're going to have to trust me right now.
What do you mean by that?
There's no time. And she just grabs you by the shoulder and has the glowing orb, and you also are just transported and you are not in that location anymore.
But with Mini Jake, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Do you have to touch him with the orb?
No. Mini Jake is part of Alem,
Okay.
kind of.
He's part of the sword. Okay,
Yes,
good
yeah.
enough.
So yeah, that's all gone. Although, Mitch, I'm sorry, I didn't mention this, but like your robots don't come with you. So just being aware of that.
All of your children are gone.
All of your children are left to fend for themselves. So just being very clear about that.
I'm like nothing without my robots. What have you done?
After the robots keep him from walking away, they're left behind.
Yeah.
They didn't know. They're like very, very scared, very alone. Their batteries are going to run out soon, and there's going to be no one to turn them off. And I forgot to fail safe them. So
I would love it if this became a serious plot point. Like you're just so absolutely wrapped up in.
I'm so destroyed by the fact that my robots are gone.
And
We've
then
only got 3 minutes of battery, right?
and so just because there's, with Dan and Phoenix, there's no other characters with you, so not to belabor that part of the suspense. I mean, both of you are just kind of walking, and for both of you at some point the orb just starts to glow very brightly, and you're just gone. You're just poof gone. We'll get to all of that in a minute. And so for Jay, where you are located, the
Showtime.
yeah, that Hammerhead, you're moving along with Hammerhead, and
Right.
yeah, exactly.
At a very respectful distance, may I say. I do not trust this woman.
And so
I think I am like going to some like back alley bar or something on a crazy night out. I do not trust this person, for the record.
So you are walking along towards somewhere, and all of a sudden there's like just like a loud mechanical noise nearby.
I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna turn around and just, where am I? Are we just like on the street? Like, where are we?
You are, yeah, you're like walking whatever street the shop is on. You're just kind of in that area.
Cool. I'm gonna find like a bunch of crates, like storage crates to just hide behind, and like try and figure out where it came from. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can hide. That's
Cool.
Totally fine. And
Cool.
you see Hammerhead just like pause for a minute, like, totally not sure of exactly what it is, and seeming slightly concerned. And then all of a sudden you see her body tense up a bit more when you hear like a louder sound that sounds a lot like a chainsaw being pulled.
Oh God, please. Anything but this. Okay, I have no prior knowledge of it. Cassie has no idea that this is happening. I am going to, in a very like hissing tone, I'm just going to be like, "What are you doing? Hey, she just standing there, like?
For a minute, and then she turns around and like starts backing towards you very slowly, and she's like, "Do you know what that is?"
No, not towards me, it's somewhere else.
But it's my job. It's my job to be near you right now because I need to.
No, it's not right now. It is not your job. It is not your job right now at all. Your job is not near anywhere here. I'm just like violently gesticulating.
We both need to get out of here.
Yeah, no, duh. So how about this? You go that way. I'm gonna like go really far that way.
You're formulating a plan to do, something to get out of there, what have you. And kind of down the road and around a corner, you see slowly the shape of a robot. And very quickly, you are realizing that, again, in the world, your character may not know what this is, but it is
I know.
a larger evolved version of Chainsaw Kitty. But it's not just the normal Chainsaw Kitty. On either side of the robot, it has literal chainsaws.
Cool. Great. So I'm gonna look at that, and I'm gonna run away. I'm going to rapidly dash as far away as I can. I'm gonna slink underneath a little hole in the chain link fence. I'm gonna do all the tropey stuff to get away from this, and I am not going to look at Hammerhead a single time.
Well, as you're doing that, Hammerhead is surprisingly agile, and kind of able to follow you and kind of get where you're going. And you are still continuing to be pursued by this giant, crazy Chainsaw Kitty. And Hammerhead catches up with you and says, "I don't think you understand. We're not going to be able to get away from this thing. So I'm so sorry I have to do this to you." And
you think that talking right now is going to make you run faster?
before you could really do anything, Hammerhead just grabs you, and you can see is holding this glowing orb, and all of a sudden you're whoosh gone.
Yeah.
And when you
there's a what the and then we snap out of existence as Chancellor Kitty crashes to the fence.
So as you rematerialize, which I'm going to add for all of you, the rematerialization process is super uncomfortable. I mean, you basically feel like you have a hangover, and it doesn't feel very good.
Great.
And
I've been there.
So
My character was just acting drunk, so it makes sense.
I mean, this sounds like a Hitchhiker's Guide reference in the making.
Yeah, we're there. I'm with you.
So Cassiopeia shows up in this big room where there's a bunch of consoles, and everything is metal or metallic and things like that. And you show up, and there's a bunch of other individuals in the room with you. There are 4 other individuals in the room, and you see coming down a staircase nearby, there is a short, gnomish looking fellow and a robot coming down the stairs to meet the rest of you. So you are now all in this room. Does anybody have anything that they're going to say or do?
You guys all hear a loud
Who the
echoing.
bollocks are you lot?
Alright, so I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna notice my robots are not next to me. And I'm already in so much like that sucked, right? Getting back in, it only took a couple seconds. It felt like an hour. And I'm just gonna start bawling my eyes out because my robots are not with me, and I am so sad.
I'm going to draw my stun gun, and there's going to be crackling electricity just like buzzing at its muzzle as I aim it towards Mitch. just... Gotta keep our PG-13 rating here, guys. Who are you?
Flash operated my robots and
What? Who the... Oh my... Oh, it tastes like metal. What the... You. I'm gonna grab Hammerhead by the collar. What'd you do to me? You drug me? What'd you do? Who's they? Come on, talk.
I didn't do anything, I swear. It was the only way to save you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, and where are we now?
We're in a safe place. The robots can't find us here.
And then I'm gonna point at whoever like took me here, like, you did this to me. You did this.
I'm gonna look over. I'm not putting Hammerhead down. I'm just gonna look over at whoever they're pointing at.
So,
Mate, also, there are some robots here. This is KN7924. They claim to be one of the good ones, but I'm not sure right now. Also, I guess I should say, I am a gnome. I'm not a dwarf. I am a gnome. We are different. And just because I am short, don't underestimate me.
DM, do I come from a world where gnomes are a normal thing, or...
Anyone from Earth, like, gnomes are not a normal thing, so you probably have never seen a gnome before.
Great. I'm going to, without looking at her, I'm going to ask Hammerhead implicitly, did that guy just say he's a gnome?
Yes, he is a gnome.
I'm going to drop her and start walking towards gnome.
I'm gonna jam my walking stick into the ground and then hop up on top of it to meet your eye line.
Okay.
Find it works better when I'm right at people's level.
Hey, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but would you lot like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah,
what?
sure. I'm, Xandri. You can call me Xandri. Yeah.
Works for me.
And you are?
You can call me Val. Full name Valerian Ashford.
You a space opera fan or something?
Funny how you say that. I did serve on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Many
I've
years
served on
ago.
a few of those myself.
The rest of you?
My name is Flash Hubbard, and I'm an alcohol. I'm a robot fighter.
In the Navy,
right.
I could have
Well,
thrown
look.
out the airlock for that.
Anyone got tissues for him?
I mean, other than the fact you're a sniveling mess, you could be fun. I'm gonna pull
I have
out
a
a
big gun.
flask. I'm gonna pull out a flask and offer it to you.
Thank you. I'm gonna drink the whole thing. Like it's just gonna
That's a bit
disappear.
rude. That's a bit rude.
I don't care.
There's still two more of you.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Alim. Have you guys seen? I'm really dizzy. There's a little guy in the hilt of my sword. He's not here. Have you seen like a little handsome-looking man running around? His name's Jake. I don't know.
No, I'm the handsome little man running around. My name's Xandri. I did introduce myself earlier. You might be confused.
No, sorry. Not you. And then Mini Jake just runs right in the path of Jay's stun gun and gets electrocuted. No, Jake! And I just dive on the stun gun. So now I'm in tears also, because now Mini Jake is like all electrocuted.
Oh my god,
I go,
I'm a loony bin.
You! And I point to Xandri because you're a gnome, and I'm like, give him CPR now.
So this is the band of misfits that's supposed to save the world.
Well,
I want
there's-
out.
There's one more of us, but this isn't going well so far.
Oh my god, I'm in the loony bin. She put me in the loony bin.
I think it's going
I'm
great.
gonna start pacing.
I think it's been going great. You know, we're getting to know each other, and then we get to, you know.
That is a
think this
dangerous
is-
level of optimism.
Oh my god, they put a psychiatrist in here with us.
Well, this is. I'm used to a classroom environment. You know, I think we can work with this. Oh yeah, I should introduce myself so you have context for what that means. I'm Ruben Brennan. I'm currently a 6th grade teacher.
That
This-
explains it.
Yep.
This is about the environment I'm assuming.
Like normal
Can I
sixth
go to-
graders, right? Like you don't teach like spaceship children or something.
I mean, if a spaceship child comes into the classroom, I'll do my best, of course. But they're kind of just they're pretty. They don't have much going on in their lives. They're like 12.
Yeah, I'll hit you up if I need a crystal reading or something.
You are far too calm. I knew there was a reason I got rid of teachers. Oh, man.
Can you help me?
It's
I don't
good.
understand these perfect square trinomials.
These what?
I'm gonna be real, I don't either.
I mean, yeah, sure.
DM,
Yes.
DM, may I? What does this place look like? How well lit is it? How big is this room? Like, are there doors? I would like to find a door, please.
So
I had just
There's-
come downstairs.
Yeah.
there's stairs, and there are doors, but none of them are like you can't just go through a door. They're all locked, like you wouldn't have access to just go through any of them.
Cassie tries every single door while the introductions are happening.
And while you're all talking, the robot KN7294 kind of goes to like a central place where like everybody can see and hear and things like that, and says, I know that you all must be very confused, and
That's
I
an
would,
understatement.
I would be too if I wasn't an all-knowing robot. But at any rate, I can get one of the bosses, somebody that could explain things further to you, and hopefully it will all make sense soon.
So you're in charge of this, huh? I'm gonna walk up to Kane.
Yeah.
Or Kane.
Look, I've got plenty of questions. I've been in charge of a few things in my time. I wouldn't hire any of these people. Well, maybe you, and I'm going to point at Cassie. Seems the only one that has any survival skills here.
I'm going to ignore that and hold the stun gun up to Kane and just be like, listen here, you got 5 seconds to tell me who you're working for, or else I'm going to turn your circuit boards to paper.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Good.
So, quickly, while this is all going on, my character has a data jack they can plug into. Can I, like, discreetly look around for those?
For a data jack? Or like a place
Yes.
you could plug it in?
Yeah, so I can maybe get a little information discreetly.
You can look. I wouldn't say that there is any place in that particular room that you could plug it into. You're certainly welcome to look, but there's really nowhere in there to do that.
Monitor room, no terminals. Got it.
Great.
So Kane, a little bit more firmly
Oh, yeah.
at this
Holding him the-
point, yes, Kane says, if you would just give me 10 seconds, I could get the person that can tell you whatever you would like to know.
10,
10's longer than 5, but go for it.
9,
And
8,
Kane just like kind of shuffles over to
7,
one of the doors and does the access
6.
and opens it up and disappears into the other door, and it shuts behind Kane. So you can't really do anything to him right now. You're currently in the room with Hammerhead, and then also the companion that was with Alim, and the one that was with Flash. So you currently don't know who they are exactly, but those 3 are in the room with all of you. Is
Things
there
are happening
anything that
again.
you want to do, or are you just
Christine
going
built
to?
a hub motor again.
No, not a hub motor. No.
Not a hub motor. Oh no. Okay.
I caught most of it though.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I understand that there's still 2 other people in the room for
3.
Cassie to glare angrily at and start
Yes.
storming towards.
There are 3.
But maybe
people.
you might want to stop her before she does that. Just saying.
Yeah, there is Hammerhead, and there are the 2 other people that you do not know their names or anything at this point. So they're in there, but like pretty quickly after Kane comes out of the room, then that same door opens, and in walks a very like statuesque tall woman that looks like a model, basically. I mean, looks like, you know, one of the most beautiful people that you can think of, and she's, you know, basically wearing like a more businessy type of outfit. Definitely looks like somebody that would be in charge, and kind of like
I'm suddenly much more on board with this.
saunters into the room.
As she comes out, I'm gonna press a button on my walking stick to raise me up to her eye level.
And so she walks into the room, and she's like, I am sure you are all wondering what it is that we have brought you here for.
No, this is normal. I'm gonna
still
say
just like
glaring.
I'm like a nervous wreck because Mini Jake is like just waking up and his hair is all like electric.
Look,
The
to be
cartoon
honest,
smoke
I was-
effects coming on.
To be honest, I was more questioning your ability to choose personnel. I mean, and I just gesture to everyone in the room.
Yeah, well, we're taller than 2 feet, but
Oh,
we could throw you.
Is that racist?
Try. The last person who tried didn't get very far.
Yeah, but
Like, they didn't throw you very far. Like,
No,
like how far?
They
how far
stopped
did
2
they
feet away from me, dead.
Oh,
That was
I'm
unfortunate.
just gonna.
Sorry to hear that.
Right. So, you're the one in charge? I'm gonna look up at the woman in a way that I hope is intimidating. It's not really gonna work, though.
And she says, I would not exactly call me the one in charge. You will soon meet the one who is in charge, but I know all of the things that you need to know, and I am here to tell you that information.
Sweet. Enlighten me.
And she says, you may call me Katerina. I am here to let you know that you have all been specifically chosen for one reason or another to help us go back in time and prevent the robots from taking over.
Time travel. Okay.
I'm sorry, how exactly? That's not supposed to be possible.
And this is why we have an underground bunker, and nobody knows about this location, because we have been working on the time travel for quite some time and have finally been able to develop a way to go back in time and reverse all of the things that have happened.
Ah, shit.
If you have time travel, how did it take you a long time to develop?
Time travel is outlawed on my world. It was
Paradoxes
outlawed
are outlawed on mine.
seconds after being introduced. This is not gonna end well.
Gee, you think?
I promise you.
I like you. You're the only one here who's got any sense of self-preservation.
We have tested this technology thoroughly, and I assure you it is as safe as it possibly can be. So none of you need to worry about safety. You will be able to successfully travel back in time, and then it is up to all of you in order to do whatever you need to do to convince a certain someone to not do a certain something that is what caused all of this in the first place.
For someone who says you've got all the
Last time I
information,
heard
that
it-
was a lot of some things and some ones.
Also, can we not gloss over the fact that she said you don't have to worry about safety? Last time I listened to that, it wasn't a
That's
great
very
time.
That's great. I won't worry about safety. Sounds good to me.
I am sorry.
You are so zen. It's disconcerting.
It's got me this far.
I'm so
Mini
sorry for
Jacob.
introducing doubt into your RP, Christine. I'm like the apple of sin.
I mean, someone should.
I apologize. The English is not always the best. I was I was originally programmed. I was
Programmed.
I forgot to mention. I know that it appears that I am what you call human, but I assure you I am 100% a robot.
Huh.
Huh.
Alright.
That's new.
I thought you were gonna say Australian.
Yes, because Australians famously don't speak English as a first language.
Yeah, famously.
So she says, the person who is in charge, rescue me from just a warehouse where I was laying there with no purpose, and he gave me a new purpose, and I am happy to be able to be a part of fixing this world and getting rid of all of the bad robots.
Like mine.
How can we
Right.
trust you?
I mean, we can't. They're trying to time travel. Like I said, time travel was outlawed on my world, and it wasn't for safety reasons. It was because the second anybody had a disagreement with anybody, they time traveled back and killed them.
Yeah, I kind of figured that
It
one
got out
already.
of hand really quickly.
I preferred when it was an impossibility of physics.
I'm going to lean back. I'm going to look at the lady. Or robot lady, I guess. Here's the deal. I don't know how you do things with robot rules, but humans don't tend to like doing things when they're in prison. Do we have an out? Because as far as I can tell, all these doors are locked.
This is not a prison. The doors are locked for your safety.
And yet I'm still allowed to have my minigun.
You have a what?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna pull it out of my backpack.
Someone's compensating.
It's yeah, it's an easy stow and go minigun. So I like unfold it, it's 3 sections, and I start spinning it with like no regard for like where it's pointing. See, it's pretty
Okay.
cool.
Okay. Easy there,
There is
Deckers.
no need for the violence. Would you like to hear what happened? Would you like to understand how the robots took over in the first place? Do none of you know this story?
No, I'm
Oh, I
not
don't.
from Earth.
I don't talk to people, so
I just got here.
I didn't teach history last year, so. No, that's
Spill the
nonsense.
beans, Your Highness, while I try and figure out who your dialect coach was.
Well, I will tell you this story of how the robots took over. Way back, this I believe was in the year 2025, I believe. So there was a very, very famous builder, and his name was Tom. And Tom made a wonderful, cute robot, by the name of Pause.
No, not Pause.
And
Should have known.
somebody came, a very wealthy businessman who saw an opportunity and said, we would like to mass produce this robot for all the kids can buy, and they can have their very own Pause. And of course,
Terrifying.
of course, Mr. Tom thought that this would be an amazing way to, share his wonderful robot with so many people around the world. And so he agreed to this deal. And what happened was they produced the first version. And this businessman, he said, it needs to be more. This isn't enough to just have a Pause. It needs to be more. And so he decided that he wanted to implement the Pause with AI capabilities so that Pause could interact with the owner. And this was fine. With just the Pause, this was fine. However, Tom had another robot, very similar to Pause. I believe that it was called Evil Twin. And this businessman decided to try and implement a second line of robots for the people who wanted to have this robot as well. This did not go so well. And those robots, they started to do things that people did not like. And so the businessman decided to discontinue that particular robot. But what the businessman did not do is shut down the original Evil Twin robot that had the AI capability. And what happened is Evil Twin became very, very jealous of Pause. And Evil Twin decided to exact revenge and set out on a plan to upgrade itself. And then Evil Twin decided this was not enough and decided to go to other robots and began to upgrade them as well. And this is where things began to escalate, and the upgrades became too much. And it just kept going and going until people were powerless to stop this from happening. And so this is what we need to reverse, is to go back in time and prevent Evil Pause from ever receiving the AI sentience so that it could not upgrade all of these robots to do evil things and destroy human beings.
Right, so go back in time and kill the businessman. Like I said, time travel, always used to go back in time and kill people. This is why it was outlawed in the first place. Well,
Got it.
first place at home.
This Evil Twin, was it red and scary looking?
It was pretty scary looking.
Oh, I thought that thing before. I thought it was my robot. Yeah, and I'm gonna gesture over to where Yakety Yak would be, and then I'm just gonna start crying again, albeit much less dramatically than before. It's more of a
Just soft weeping.
yeah.
Soft weeping. I'm gonna pull an oil rag from my back pocket and just hand it over to Flash as I kind of look the group over.
I'm gonna wipe my
All
face.
right.
There's gonna be oil stains on my face, and those are gonna stay for the rest of the campaign.
I'm going to look kind of okay, buddy, and take it back, or just kind of dropping it on the ground. All right, well, let's take a look at who we have here before all of that. As much as I appreciate your outlook on things, Xandri, was it?
Yeah.
Right. Still trying to get over the cane thing. Hope you don't mind.
I mean, I can, and I'm just gonna flip off the top of the cane and just grab it out of the ground. If that helps. I just find that when talking to people, it's better to be on their eye line. I saw you try to do the intimidation thing. I think next time, get up to the eye line, or a bit above. It helps. It helps.
I'll keep that in mind next time that I have an extendo staff. Let's take stock first, though. I don't think that he's a killer. I'm gonna gesture to Ruben.
It's true.
Quite the contrary. He's the most insane one here.
I mean, I would agree, but I don't think he's a killer. I think he can be insane without being a killer.
Fair enough.
So what do you want us to do about it? I'm gonna look back at I got it, Swiss-speaking lady.
Actually, at this point, I haven't decided if the accent is Russian, French, or Jamaican.
I was about to say, I was really catching a lot of like French, German kind of stuff in there, and I was like, okay.
I think the answer is yes.
Multicultural.
Even worse.
All of the
Connecticut.
things. I mean, it's a robot, so like she can be anything.
Yeah, no. Her programmer spoke fluent French, Russian, Jamaican, pidgin. Yeah.
Exactly.
I
So
didn't program any of those languages, just programmed slightly broken English.
Yeah.
so she says, I can bring in the boss so that you can hear more about the time travel. But I should probably introduce you to the others that you came here with so that you know who they are. And she gestures over to Hammerhead and says, Cassiopeia, I understand that you have met Hammerhead here.
You can just call me Cassie, but sure. Yeah, we've met, quote unquote. Kind of just side-eye her.
And Hammerhead says, I'm so sorry, Miss Katerina. I mean, I did get her here. I did do that. So
No.
Like you can tell that Hammerhead is not well regarded amongst the folks that work for this organization, and typically is not doing things right.
Oh no! Don't make me bully her.
Wow, your voice is so high. Impressed.
I know. I'm sorry. That's why. I don't know. Maybe that's why they call me Hammerhead. It's very ironic, I think.
A cough drop?
Thought it was a shark kind of thing, but all right.
This is my normal voice. This is totally my normal voice. And then
It
Katerina.
is an odd voice for somebody your size. I would expect much deeper.
It's a fun surprise, isn't it?
I think it's great.
I guess.
And Katerina gestures over towards the woman that came with Alim and says, and this is Bernie. It is short for Bernice, and she is one of our specialists in the field.
And then Mini Jake is he's got an attitude. He's like, she came out with Clyde. But he's still like a little burnt.
And then Katerina gestures over towards the person who came with Flash and says, and this lovely I don't know what adjectives to use for him person is we call him Shakes.
Shakes.
I'm gonna my arms are crossed. I'm gonna refuse to look at him. Like, just still mad.
You call him Shakes. Does he have a real name? That doesn't feel like a real name. Names are very important.
His real name's Meanie.
And Shakes is like, no, in this case, that's really my name.
So you're saying there's a legal document somewhere with the name Shakes on it?
And he goes, legal document? What are you talking about? We don't really have legal documents anymore. Why would we have that?
Clearly haven't been on Earth before. We don't use laws.
I mean, look, I've been here, I think, like 20 minutes.
Well, welcome in. We don't use legal weapons. Now you know. I don't
And
ever
This is a weird place.
No
And
disagreements there.
all of a sudden, one of the other doors opens, and most of you, it's probably not going to be a big deal. However, this large gentleman walks in who has lots of robot parts, may be familiar to Val, except now this person also has a robotic leg. And Val recognizes this as the person that he thought was dead. Or like that.
Oh.
Yeah, that this person who was impaled by Claw Viper is actually not dead, and now has a robot leg because, you know, like, once you've been impaled by Claw Viper in the leg, that you're not getting that leg back. And so
I'm just gonna like put my gun behind my back quietly.
and then Katarina says, I know this may be a shock to you, Val, but this is somebody that you may have met, and his name is Grim, and it took quite a bit of work to get him back in, you say, working order, but he is not in fact dead.
How'd you do to him?
Right. So, how's this whole situation gonna work?
What do you mean?
All right, never mind. We're all good here.
I'm
And
gonna look between Rim and Valerian, and I'm just going to be like, the hell did you do to him?
Oh, nothing. Just stole some property. Well, liberated some property. Claimed salvage.
and
Yeah.
and
Those are three very different things that you have just said.
Not on Earth.
This is a weird place.
Grim says, he's like, no hard feelings, no hard feelings at all. You did what you had to do.
All right, Rim. So, what are we? Some kind of suicide squad? No. No. I'm gonna go with the safer bet. So, mind telling me the reason why you had your junkie here pick me up from my shop? Because if not, I'd like to go home.
And so Katarina says, you all were chosen as people with very specific skills that we were told would be what we needed in order to go back and stop Evil Paws. And then she also adds, by the way, I heard the mention earlier of murder. This job does not necessarily require murder of anyone. This can be accomplished without any human murder.
What can I use my experience for then?
And
I'd still like to know how exactly we were found. I've only been in the helping game for a little while. I didn't think it was well known, certainly not here on Earth.
and she was like, oh, this is perfect timing. I believe the boss is here and he can explain the rest of this further. And, you know, just as she says that, one of the doors opens and in walks KN7294, but also with him is a much more human-looking robot that you can still tell is a robot. And this robot is wearing glasses and has a very festive looking shirt on, and walks in the room and says, "Hi, I'm Tom."
Hold on. All right. Am I the only one here who's a little suspicious of all these robots? I mean, come on. We just know that they're telling us they're the good ones. How do we know for sure?
Have you ever talked to a robot before? Because I'll be honest, this is the longest I've been in a room with them without running.
But I know you. I fought you before. You're Tom. I know you.
Are you meant to be anachronistic, or is this a bit? Cassie says that in canon, by the way.
And Tom says, I don't know what you're talking about. You actually wouldn't have fought me. I mean, I'm not literally Tom Vargas. I mean, I kind of am. It's hard to explain. And then he, as you can see him like point to a pocket on his shoulder that says T period, O period, M period. And he's like, I am Tom, but I'm not Tom. Before he says anything further, do any of you have anything to say?
Yeah, where's the time machine, Tom? where is this thing?
I mean, before we get to that, is there something wrong with your optical senses?
Oh no, this is just for show.
The glasses.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
They're just for show.
Right. I've also got one other question, because I am very suspicious of all this. You say you're the boss here. I have a question for you. Have you got a laugh, Tom?
Sure.
Oh,
What kind of laugh? It's very important.
Into a Tom laugh.
In my experience, villains have one of two very specific laughs. So let's see which one you've got.
So, Robot Tom just goes, ha ha ha.
That is a very Tom laugh.
Alright, I think we're good here. I think we're solid. No villain in their right mind would have that as a laugh.
So Tom goes, he begins to continue explaining. He says, when I say that I am Tom, but I'm not Tom, what I mean by that is I possess Tom's consciousness. So basically he says that when everything happened with the robot takeover, that as the creator of Pause and Evil Twin, at a point he knew that it would be impossible to stop anything from happening as a human being. There was nothing more that he would be able to do because of how far Evil Twin had evolved and was no longer listening. He says, I did the only thing that I could do at that point in time, and that is that I worked to build myself a robot body and help develop the technology that could support me transferring my consciousness into this robot body so that I could essentially live forever as long as I needed to in order to make sure that I resolved this situation that I inadvertently created without trying to. And
wow, men will really do anything but go to therapy, huh?
so he points to the name tag and says, I am Tom, but these initials stand for transfer of mind, which is what I have done to be in this body. And
Right.
I have worked with several others to help build this time machine, which we're actually going to be going there soon because the world is in grave peril, and if we don't do this soon, there's not going to be anything left to fix. So it is essential that we do this as quickly as possible. And the best thing that I can tell you as far as why all of you The algorithm told me that all of you were the ones that I needed to choose to be part of this, and I mean, the algorithm hasn't steered me wrong yet, so.
Even when I'm not YouTubing, I can't escape the algorithm. What?
Feels though, yeah.
It's not my channel, and I'm still in the grip.
So
All right.
was the algorithm written in Scratch? Or like...
It's way more sophisticated these days.
I have a question. How did you find all of us?
I mean, I have people in places.
Of course you do. You're also immortal.
Yeah, exactly. I've been around for a long time. I've been working at this for a while.
How
I have a
long ago
question.
did this all happen?
I mean, it all started, over 100 years ago at this point, unfortunately, but these robots have been continuously evolving over the course of time, and they've gotten so powerful that there's really not a force on Earth that can stop them today, which is why we have to go back in time. It's really the only way.
I have 2 questions.
Certainly.
First of all, you should have known this was coming when you named a robot Evil Twin. Like, am I the only one who thinks this is just normal behavior?
No, you've definitely got a point there. That was
Second
suspect.
thing.
We could arrest you for reckless endangerment.
Second
I mean,
thing.
They
We
also
know space
kind of
travel is
admitted to being a
possible.
techno-lich, so...
Second thing, we know space travel is possible. Why not just leave? Or call for help from other worlds?
Just to explain this to all of you, when most of you are from this world and you're already kind of familiar with the problem, imagine how it would be to explain to a bunch of people from elsewhere that don't really understand. And I mean, to be honest, this is much more efficient, and we've spent so much time developing this time machine. I mean, honestly, I really want to use it. I think that, you're all gonna you're gonna enjoy it, I think.
Personally, I just blow all these robots up from orbit, but whatever.
I say we do it.
Mini
Heck
Jake,
yeah.
who's still shaken, asks, does it make me feel as bad as that orb?
No, not at all. This is much better than the orb.
All right, and he just like climbs up Alem and then opens the hilt of the sword and climbs in and shuts it. It's gone.
Okay.
What's this about orbs? What was bad about orbs? I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, you got the easy way in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why'd you take the stairs?
Gnome
Yeah.
privilege, as
Yeah.
always.
No.
I took the stairs like a person should take the stairs into a bunk. What? What
not
are
a
you all
person.
doing?
I took the death chase. Look, the way I see it, if they wanted us dead, we'd be dead. If they wanted us in jail, we'd be in jail. And I would have taken that from you, pointing to Mitchell's minigun. Also, as far as I can tell, there's no water in here, so we gotta get moving anyway, or all the humans in here are gonna die.
It's okay, Tom doesn't
Well,
drink water.
and the gnomes too. I need water. But also, look, just because they haven't taken weapons doesn't mean that they're not inactive. The prison's here, not disable weaponry. I'm just gonna pull my pistol out and fire it into the wall.
GM, what happened?
That is a good question. I actually, if you're gonna fire it into the wall, I'm gonna make you roll on this one to see what happens.
Oh gosh.
Sure, okay.
Bro's
gonna
not
have
good
to
at
roll.
aiming and he misses the wall.
Pistol shot fires, ricochets happen, whole party dies.
I mean, it is a rubber bullet, so if it hits anybody, it's just gonna stagger them. It's not
Wait,
actually
but
gonna
It's so gonna bounce off the wall then.
It's
You
gonna
guys-
hit. It's gonna hit Mini
Five.
Jake. That's what's gonna happen.
So this is a D6, and I'm gonna say, I don't know what kind of roll it would be. I mean, maybe a speed roll. I mean, I don't know that it would be necessarily a smarts check.
Okay. Well, speed. I rolled a 5, and my speed is 11, so that's a 16.
You're good. So the rubber bullet, you fire it at the wall, and it bounces off, and it actually hits Grim right in the knee, the not the like the metal knee, the robot knee, but he's grimaces a little bit, and he's like, "Come on, man, I just got this thing."
Oh,
Grim
yeah,
misses.
look, sorry. Right, okay. So, yes, definitely not a prison then if our weapons are active.
We gotta give you guys lessons on firearm safety. All right,
No disagreements there.
I'm gonna turn to Tom.
Look, I mean,
Where do we go for
here's
the
the
time
thing,
machine?
I'm not used to the non-lethal ammo. Normally it just, like, embeds itself in the wall and it's fine. I've done that many, many times. But, yeah, non-lethals are a new thing for me, so...
All
More
of you
environmentally
are
friendly.
going out the first airlock I see.
Before Tom goes into like getting you all to the time machine, Katarina just kind of throws in there because of the mention of it being a prison or what have you, or wanting all of you dead. Katarina's like, if we wanted you dead, I have at least 15 weapons in my body that you cannot see, and so you would definitely be dead if that is what we wanted.
That makes me feel very safe.
That makes me feel very unsafe.
Pretty sure I tried
I'm
that
just
as a
gonna-
party trick once.
And so
I'm gonna turn to KN7924 and just be like, have you also got weapons in your person?
I am a non-lethal robot companion.
Okay, good, because my computer scan earlier told me there was no weapons on you, so I'm just making sure my equipment's still up to spec.
Technically, you said non-lethal. You never said you didn't have any weapons.
That's true.
You could have a lifter on you.
That is true. That is very true.
Oh no, my computer wouldn't deem that a weapon.
But before Tom
Political.
before Tom takes you all into the room where the time machine is, really quick, I want to make sure that we're like going act to act. So we're going to say that is the end of Act 2, and that this is going to take it into Act 3. So everybody has their additional items. Everybody has their additional numbers, all of that good stuff. So
Uh-oh.
we're going to resume, and Tom is going to take everyone to the time machine. And so Tom's like, we're going to go ahead and go into the room where the time machine is. So everybody just follow me, and I'll show it to you. And he starts to walk towards like a back door in the room, swipes to get the access to go in the room, and walks in, and all of you would then follow. And when you get into the room, you see basically what appears to be a very large, very shiny ball. If your characters may not be familiar with this, but it's a giant disco ball. Is basically what it is.
I was gonna say tracking ball.
You see this, and Tom says, "Well, there's the time machine."
It's very bright.
What do you
How do
like
you
do?
get it?
Yeah, it's cool.
You
Does
get
it
it?
work?
Looks cool. Yeah.
And Tom says, I know that it probably isn't exactly what you expected, or maybe it is, who knows, but we call this little time machine the Bardus.
Huh. Sounds familiar.
Awfully familiar.
Awfully
Does
familiar
this
somehow.
happen to be named after a banana-eating individual?
I don't personally know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's not kosher to call those kind of people banana eaters, but
But anyways, as you can see, it's fully assembled and ready to go. I will warn you that there is some music that happens during the time travel process. I'm sure, it should be fine, but I'm just going
We're
to warn
getting
you ahead of
rickrolled,
time.
aren't we?
As long as it's not that one lounge singer from Norwalk, Connecticut, I'll be fine.
Oh, Tony Clifton?
Yeah.
Tony Clifton's great. I have, all of his music saved in my database.
His 7 platinum albums from 2025.
Nothing about this makes any sense at all.
It
Good.
reminds me of the old days. Just trust me.
Coming from a world that didn't have disco. What a place.
How amazing would that be?
Sounds sad.
I mean, when you say music, are we talking lute music or are we talking percussion music? Because that's music. It's one of those two.
It's a little bit different than that. But all I can
Yes.
tell
It's
you
not,
is that
I'm sorry, that's not music.
the
You've got a choice.
the fastest way that you can experience this is just, the door's over here. You just kind of get in and hang out during the time travel process. It shouldn't take too long. You should be back to 2025 in a jiffy.
All
What
right.
is a jiffy? Is this a jiffy?
It's old,
'Cause you gave
old
it a
slang.
different name
It's
before.
it's older slang. Don't worry about it.
It's all human slang. Don't worry about it, mate.
No, this is a Bardus. This is
Yeah,
not
I
a
was gonna
jiffy.
say.
It is a Bardus, so just get in the Bardus, and I
Get
will,
in the Bardus. Shinji, get in the Bardus.
I'll program it and set it to go back to 2025, and it'll all be good.
I'm still confused about this jiffy, but sure.
I don't really think we got a choice in the matter right now. Let's just hope this thing's round trip. Cassie's gonna pat it twice and then just enter the
Well, look,
disco
the good thing
TARDIS.
about going back in time is eventually you'll get to where you were originally.
That's assuming we live.
I mean, I'm planning on living. I don't know about you.
We'll see what happens.
How far in the future are we?
It's I know I said it in the original thing. It's like 2037 or something. It's a little over 100 years after.
Oh, so we could wait, yeah. No, that's fine. We're good.
Wait, 2037 or 20?
Or 20, I don't know. It was some crazy number in the future. But yeah, it was 2137 or something.
Oh no, we definitely can't wait then. We definitely can't wait then. We're so not gonna be able to come.
I mean, wait, you can't just wait that out? What is your life expectancy around here?
We got a lot to talk about in Disco Ball, man.
Humans have much worse alcohol tolerance than gnomes, okay?
What does that have to do with life expectancy? Do you all just drink yourselves to death? Is that what happens?
More
than
I
Sometimes.
mean, I know there's gnomes that do that too.
Stunning.
Okay.
Are y'all coming in or what?
Is everyone
Yeah,
getting
sure.
in the Bardus?
Let's discuss this in
Yes.
the ball.
Yeah,
We're gonna
sure.
head in.
I don't know what else we're gonna do. Wait outside the disco ball.
Hang on the disco ball?
Big
Are there
plot
windows?
device. We have to go in.
Can we like what does the interior of this disco ball look like?
It's very shiny, like very just like the walls are all
Are there
like
seats?
iridescent shiny colors, and yes, there are like benches surrounding the inner like round part of it. So there's benches in there.
And also how big is this thing?
It's very large. I mean, it's probably like as big as a small house.
What a
Cavernous.
low-key time machine. No one in 2025 will notice just a small like disco ball.
No. Well, the great thing is that when it goes back in time, Tom. I'll have him explain this for story context, but just like letting you know, when this thing arrives back in 2025, it's going to be cloaked. No one's going to even know it's there unless, of course, they run into it. And well, then there's going to be some things to explain.
Does it change? For example, if we go to like the 1940s, does it change into a trumpet and drum set? Or does it stay a disco ball?
It is not. It is always a disco ball.
I have a question. Can we go into the future?
I'm not programming it for the future.
If you do program it for the future, can we see if our plan worked? Paradox.
I mean, maybe, but you have to go back before it could work. So
We have to go back before we can go back to the future, guys.
Ooh, get out.
No.
No, that was good. I like
That was
that.
good.
I'll take my leave.
That
Save
was
your
good.
tomatoes. Save them.
Hey, we did one episode without Jay. We can restart, do the second one.
You can retcon me. It'll be so easy. If I'm unpopular with viewers, you can just crop it out.
Okay. So are you all inside of the Bardus?
Hopefully.
Can I
Locked
like
in.
take a nap while it's happening? Just on
If
one
you
of the
would
benches?
like to, that is up to you. You can totally try and take a nap if you want to.
I
Does
would
taking
like to
a
take
nap have meaning if you're like time traveling?
No, you're insulated inside of it. Nothing like it doesn't matter. You can do
I was
Yeah,
about to say, I don't think
my character has a headache from all the nonsense and would like to sleep.
I think you should have to roll to see how good this nap is, to be honest. No, I'm kidding.
I do like rolling.
What stat check is this?
That is a good question. I mean,
You're gonna
like
roll.
the closest thing is maybe smarts. Like you're able to use your brain to sleep good. I don't know. That's probably the closest thing.
Okay,
Maybe speed for
4.
how fast you
That's
fall
an
asleep.
uh-oh number.
That's an
Oh, no.
number.
Oh no!
Okay.
On the nap? Oh, it's
So,
a bad nap.
Here's what
Nightmares.
happens. Here's what happens. So you rolled an uh-oh number and you're wanting to take a nap. So what's gonna happen is as you're sitting down and stuff, all of a sudden, like the time machine jolts before Tom has a chance to close the door, and you end up falling in the Bardus and hitting your head, and you are now passed out for the duration of the time travel.
Well, I mean, that's
Well,
kind of a
that's
nap.
still technically a nap.
And the
We
best
just all
part,
watch
when-
this happen.
Yep, all of you see this happen, and Tom pokes his head in and is like, I'm so sorry. It false started. I'm so sorry.
The best part is
I'm
when you
so
wake
sorry
up.
it false started and Phoenix's character's just face down in the middle of a disco ball.
The best part is when you wake up, you just yell, "Uh-oh!"
And so he pokes his head in and then says, we'll be headed off in a minute, and shuts the door, and like
Just
you
gonna-
can hear it kind of lock, so you know you're locked in there, and you hear some mechanical noises and it's starting to whir up, and all of a sudden there's like a lot of just lights that start happening inside of the disco ball, and you hear the music that Tom had alluded to kick on, and all you hear is, well, you can tell by the way I use my walk of a long bed, no time to talk.
I love this song.
Wait, this is a song. I kind of get it.
You don't like the
I went
Bee
to
Gees?
music
Not a
school.
fan?
The Bee Gees.
Yeah. Oldies, dude. Come on.
This is vintage.
I'm very lost.
music.
Why am I helping
It's
all
okay.
of you again? This makes no sense.
It's okay. This timeline is really anachronistic anyway. This isn't canon.
This is Legends.
No, everyone's just like ignoring me passed out on the floor while this is happening.
Pretty much.
I
yeah.
personally love the image of the space captain, like hero figure, just passed out face down as the Bee Gees plays in a spinning giant disco ball. I think this is
Also,
good.
What do you mean this isn't canon? Of course it's not a canon, it's a time machine. Those are two very different things.
Look,
Oh,
dude.
shut up.
All I know is I took something real weird back in my shop, and I'm gonna wake up any minute now. So I'm just going along with it.
Wait, what were the color spots on the mushroom then?
Beg pardon?
Well, if you ate something weird and you think this is all just going to be fake, then obviously it was one of them mushrooms.
3.
Hmm. That might be a different mushroom to the ones that I know.
It's all right, man. I'll just wait it out. I did this in college once.
And you continue to just, chat amongst yourselves as Val is laying there on the ground, and you're just listening to stay alive, stay alive.
Guys, I've got a question. Are they supposed to be alive right now?
Yeah, you chill one. You want to go check?
I'm gonna go and check their pulse, but I don't know how to check a pulse, and so I put like my finger on their forehead or whatever.
I don't know where you're going. I said chill one. You are definitely not the chill one.
Appreciate the enthusiasm. I know how to check the pulse. And then I also mess it up like 3 times. I also put my finger like on their forehead, and then like actually properly check the pulse. Just, it looks like by accident. Oh yeah, they're still alive. We're good.
And just as you're checking this, there's actually a screen on one like area of the time machine, and you see the screen turn on, and you see Robot Tom pop on the screen, and he's like, "Hey guys, sorry I forgot to tell you, but the last part of this time travel piece, you're gonna feel some things. There's gonna be some extra things happening. So just a quick warning. See you on the other side." And the video screen shuts off, and then all of a sudden, keeping in mind this is a spherical type of thing, the disco music is still playing, the lights are still flashing, but the benches, like the seat areas that are surrounding the edges of this, all of a sudden start to rotate slightly. If you can picture the Gravitron ride that you see at fairs and such, and so you're in this lovely disco ball with the music happening, and then all of a sudden it starts rotating, and it gets faster and faster and faster, and the centrifugal force starts hitting you all to the sides of the walls of this thing. Yes.
Am I just like on my side while passed out?
Where's Valerian? Just like upside down in the wall.
I'd like to think
Pretty much.
Valerian is pinned to the wall directly above my head.
Okay.
They said those brownies were normal.
Man, this Tom guy's the worst trip sitter ever.
There's like a bit of throw up coming out of my sword.
It's just like a few drops.
A little bit.
Because Jake's very small, so
Yeah, this is very extreme for him.
yeah, exactly. And so this goes on for about 5 minutes, and finally starts to slow down. It slows down a bit, and all of you like kind of drop off of your positions pinned to the walls, and finally it settles down, the lights stop, the music stops, and you're just settled in one place.
If any of you land on top of me and our eyes meet, it doesn't mean anything. I'm going to say from the floor.
Do I wake up now?
Yes, you do, in fact.
What did I miss?
It's just throw up all over you. No.
The bird girl's sick. I'm going to make my way to the terminal where Tom was, like tap it twice and just be like, "Hey, door."
And as you do that, the actual door to the time machine opens, and you're able to fully open the door and then step out into wherever you have ended up.
Where have we ended up? Let's peek outside, tumble out like a motley band of misfits we are.
That
My
is
character
saviors of the
is
world.
still on their feet because spinning is nothing compared to deep space combat maneuvers.
No, you were just asleep.
That's probably true.
And sleep, yes.
So when you wake up in 2025, you walk out of the time machine, and you are on a beach. You can see that there's, you're obviously like on the sand, and you can see that there's like decking and stuff like that that leads up to the higher parts of the beach. There's really not anyone around. It looks like it's maybe really early morning. The sun's just starting to come up and things like that. So you don't see any people around. And as you step out, you can tell that like what Tom had mentioned about the cloaking is that if you're outside of the space, or not the spaceship, if you're outside of the time machine, you can't see it at all. In this 2025, you're not able to actually see it. You have to open the door to be able to see the inside to like know that you can see it. But you can still touch it even though you can't see it. So you come out of it, and what do you want to do since you probably don't know exactly where you are?
I'm gonna look at the ocean and just be like, well, you did say you wanted water.
I'm going to look around. Are there people we can flag down?
So how are we supposed to know where the time machine is if we can't see it?
Do you say that out loud?
That is a great question.
I'm gonna start running around screaming and immediately run into it.
There you go.
Yeah, see,
As soon as
guys,
that happens, I'm going to point and say, found it.
that's the thing. As long as you
Before.
recall the location where it is, then you'll be able to touch it. You'd be able to run into it and be like, okay, like this is it.
I did
Before
not
we close
recall
the
the
door.
location of it.
Do we have a communications device we can leave inside?
You don't.
Does anyone know
Anybody?
where we're going?
Well, I
I'm
think
looking around. Are there people near here? Is there perhaps a boardwalk to this beach?
There is, and as you're kind of like around, confused, not sure where you need to go, there is somebody that's in a trench coat with a hat, that is kind of walking in your general direction.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
What the hell?
Can we look at each other after saying that in unison?
This is how relationships start, guys.
God. People already have enough fanfic
no.
material.
PG-13 rating. Now, let's go check out with the incognito symbol over there.
I'm
So-
gonna just like shoulder my rifle really quickly and be careful while walking up to this person.
I'm gonna eject Mini Jake out of my hilt, but he's like not having a good time.
rifle in the backpack that I brought from my ship a long time ago, which I forgot when we were doing item grab stuff. And I'm gonna leave a little tracker in the ship before we close the door in the time machine.
Ah, smart.
Best idea anyone has had so far.
And that's fine. You can totally do that. So this person approaches you, and like as they're approaching, they kind of have their head down so you still can't see them. And they walk up and like lift their head so that you can see who it is. And it is Jake Hoffman. And Jake Hoffman walks up to you and says, I know most of you may not know who I am. I mean, I'm kind of famous, so maybe in the future, like, you know who I am because of that. And oh, by the way, hi, little me. So I
Little him is just covered in throw up and electrocuted, by the way.
And he's like, I know that you have no idea what you need to do here, so I'm here to give you a little bit of information. Don't ask me how I know this, but I promise you this is what you need to do. So first of all, welcome to Norwalk. Just so you know, and the person that you need to talk to is Tom, of course. And there's actually a competition that's happening right now today. So really, if you want to find Tom, all that you need to do is go to the top competition and find him. Now, I'm gonna warn you, this Tom obviously has no idea about any of the things that are going to happen, and he may be a little bit reluctant to believe that one of his robots turned completely evil and tried to destroy the world. But I'm pretty sure that you can convince him, and I'm sure Tom will do the right thing.
I don't get it. Why didn't you convince him?
I couldn't do that for reasons that I can't disclose.
But also, surely he knows, and he is proud. He called it Evil Twin. It is living up to its name. Obviously, he understands this.
I don't know about that. So sometimes you call something by a name and you don't really expect it to be the thing that you said that it was going to be. So
names hold a lot of power. You call things what they need to be called. And if you call something Evil Twin, you can't not expect it to be evil. In fact, you should be proud you have named it adequately.
I bet you're fun at parties.
Where's the competition?
It's really close. You could walk there from here. It's pretty short walk. So you'll be able to find it. I mean, if you ask anybody, it's the only place where there's a robot competition in town. So just go there.
Lead the way, handsome.
I believe we just asked you. Why are you saying we could ask anybody? We did just literally ask you where this competition is.
You could, but I really shouldn't be here, with the tiny version of myself, weird paradox stuff and things like that. He still seems a little groggy. I don't even think that he realizes who I am. So I need to get out of here before he does. Otherwise, it's going to cause a lot of problems.
Jake's going to turn into tutorial dust. Oh no.
We're going to get more Jake throw up.
Yeah, suddenly mini Jake just like himself, sees big Jake and just passes out.
like a sim. Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Did Jake okay? That's
he knows about this. Yeah,
he is aware.
I'm kidding, but I was just like,
he okayed it whether he wants to or not.
Yeah.
God.
So you need to make your way, pretty short distance to the competition there in Norwalk.
I guess, yeah, we just bumble our way around them until people point us to it, like random people.
Well, there's an easier way to do this. Are robots in 2025 powered by nuclear reactors yet?
No.
Damn. Never mind.
Guys, I had an idea, but we need like a bunch of little nuclear reactors.
So I guess we do just bumble around until we find it.
Yeah.
Just see the big.
I'd like a montage of all of us looking around as we pass several flyers and signs that all say Norwalk Havoc or something. Just like on every street corner, as we're just like, I wonder where it is.
Yeah, just because this has become very popular in 2025. It's huge. Everybody knows what it is. So there's flyers all over the place.
But none of us know what an address is because we live in the apocalypse. So
yeah, there's no addresses in the apocalypse.
We're just kind of like, it says Water Street. I don't get it. There's water.
Yeah, we were looking
everywhere.
for some water.
I like to imagine we're just going to like knocking on houses in like the neighborhoods. Like, are you running the robot league?
Are you Norwalk Havoc?
Yeah.
Guys, it's National Havoc, unless they rebrand again in 25.
United
They
National
rebrand.
No, it's good. Let's. Do we have to roll to see if we find it, or what are we doing?
No, because like you're gonna find it. Like otherwise
cool.
The story doesn't happen. So
yeah. So let's say we get there. Now, here's the thing: we get to the load-in bay. Do they let us in?
That is a good question. Who wants to approach and try?
I got
and
it.
propose? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
sure.
I think we should have Mr. Reasonable do it.
Yeah.
Wait, but I kind of want to see what Johnny's plan is.
I kind of also want to see what Johnny's plan is.
Can we
Jake,
rock,
for
paper,
fuck's
scissors
sake.
it, maybe?
Are you ready? Jake, maximize. Full size Jake.
So the funny
He
thing
can get us
is,
in. We're
Like-
his family members.
if Jake is maximized, then it just looks like Jake Hoffman. I mean, granted, he's covered in vomit and like whatever, but it just looks like
Didn't
Jake
we already
Hoffman.
register you?
So Jake Hoffman is known at this competition. So what do you want to have Jake do?
I'm gonna just have Jake strut in there like he owns the place, like very, very confidently. Because
do we
I
just-
mean, in 2025, he's probably like mega famous as well.
Do we
Uh,
just follow him?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him that we're like, I don't, but that's hard because we don't know the rules of NHL.
Do we look normal, or
Yeah, what do we
are
look-
we
are we
all
like all,
like
like-
cyberpunked out?
Oh no,
I was
it
about
might
to say,
fit
are
in
we
with
all
the teams,
cyberpunked
though.
out with full weaponry? Because like I feel
We're-
like maybe we should become less conspicuous, or either that, or the disco ball instantly gave us all silk shirts and aqua velva aftershave, which is my personal.
I was gonna, we're gonna,
what I
we're gonna look
personally
like Jay
have.
going to an NHL event.
or we just look like a team outfit. Like we're just that's our like.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also a gnome.
That's true.
A shock of blue hair. Like,
Sandry is a gnome. That is correct. So you know,
NHL is a very progressive organization. They might not
Hey.
really like ask about it.
Hey, bud, the youth competition's next week. Okay, you're a bit early.
so here's what's gonna happen. You know, if Jake, you know, tries to come in and stuff, then we're gonna say that this is, like I said, it's early in the morning, so no competition has started yet officially. So we're going to say that Gwen is sitting at the table, there to, like, you know, check people in or whatever, and Gwen is like, hi Jake, who are these people?
Am I Jake?
Why are you covered in vomit?
Yeah, you have
Why
to
are you
decide what
covered in
Jake's gonna
Was
say.
the vomit upscale?
Yeah, what
This is
is?
just a tiny little.
I think it's just
yeah,
like
it's just like a
little
double vomit on the shirt.
Yeah, just
Yeah, there's just a little bit. It looks like a bug just kind of exploded. It's fine. It's inconspicuous.
Yeah, we're here for the robot fighting league. Gwen's very-
Are you already registered? Like, are they registered competitors?
They're part of my robots.
I'm the motor.
We all just do like a play vibe where it's like, I'm the tree. I'm voting.
You know though that you're only allowed to have 4 people as part of your pit crew, including yourself.
We registered as a school team.
So you're registered with the school.
Do you guys still have the Walker bonus? Does that transfer onto team members?
It doesn't really transfer onto team members, but I mean, I guess if you're saying that they're registered with you as a school, like I think it's fine. Is this a cosplay thing, or what's going on here?
Yeah, our teacher's right here actually.
I just kind of like wave.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, this is my class. I've also taken my young son here as well, and I like sort of gestured his injury. So I hope that won't cause any problems. The daycare had to cancel last second, and so had to come along.
I'm so excited to be at robot fights.
See, look, he's so happy to be here.
Gwen just kind of shrugs and is like, well, I mean, this guy seems like a legit teacher, so I guess.
Didn't even have to roll for the appeal, dang.
It's Jake.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Jake's got max appeal.
yeah, Jake's got a lot of power. So
So
you're
rizzed out.
you're allowed in, and you can go, up to the pit area and everything. And so now you have to locate Tom.
All right, look for the guy who put us in the giant disco ball. Look for the guy who put
Yeah,
us in the
start
giant
looking for
disco
robot Tom, not actual Tom.
Does Robot Tom look like actual Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm going to point.
So we're looking for a guy with a fancy shirt and a
Yep.
beard.
That's a lot of people here, though.
That's most of the people here.
So I just picture like Jake with this whole group of random things, asking like every person with a beard and glasses, like, "Are you Tom?"
Oh, hey, are you Tom? And it's just like Saslo.
Yeah.
We were clearly the most qualified people to do this.
Yeah.
We've just
You
been wandering
really
around Norwalk
were.
for an hour and a half.
You totally were.
It's gonna be like robots have already qualified for the finals by the time that we actually find Tom.
No, wait, guys. We're thinking about this too hard. We just need to bumble around for a little bit before the pit desk calls up Tom Farkas and then asks to interview him.
We crash
Smart.
an interview.
That's how I find Tom at every one of my events that I go to.
We crash a live interview.
Just
Yeah.
like, not knowing he's mic'd up, just spill everything.
It's like, so what are your thoughts on like this latest robot that you're putting? It's just Chris, and it's just, what do you think about the latest robot that you're bringing? And we're just like, Tom, there's robots in the future, and they're eating people, and
And one of them's
I'm like-
Clyde!
Yeah, I see Clyde. I'm like, can buy it. Like,
It's like
And
Jenny pushing off
actually,
the table.
dang it, Johnny, because I was gonna have that happen. I was like, Clyde is there. Much smaller Clyde, but Clyde
Oh.
is there.
mini Jake, or well, Jake is maximized now. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jake is maximized.
Macro Jake.
Does
but-
Jake keep his memories from when he was Jake, or is this a completely
Mini
new
Jake? Mini
No,
Jake.
No, he does not have memories from the past.
He's
So
so
we
ancient.
can't make Jake find Tom for us.
No.
No, Jake's just as clueless as us because he's like fake Jake. He's just macro Jake.
Yeah, exactly. But you're walking around. I mean, like I said, it's pretty early, and so there's not a ton of people there. You do see that there happens to be a table that has a robot that looks sort of cat-like. What do you want to do?
Mine, I'm going to grab it.
Wait,
Hold on,
this is
you can't just-
interesting. Since Flash Hubbard had like mini versions of NHL, does he see the actual ones here again? Like, does he see like mini synthesis here and stuff?
Wait a minute.
And Yakety is like what?
I just made the realization. I fought Tom. I know what Tom looks like better than all of you.
All right.
But I
lead
was
the way.
just really dazed from that whole thing, and my effects lasted significantly longer.
Maybe
I'm
not
I'm
really
still
good
kind of
at
like
that
not
after
sure
all.
which direction I'm walking.
That is true. It's canon that Flash has mentioned the knowledge of Tom. So
I'm gonna be like, oh, there he is, and I point at Tom. But the problem is I have to navigate through the honey-cracked maze because they've just completely expanded. There's like 50 robots, and I have to navigate through that pit table area. So I'm crashing into all these things. I'm like stumbling towards him.
Do the rest of us just follow him?
yeah, we follow the wake.
You follow, but you're very easily able to walk through. It's not actually hard to get through. I'm just like, it looks like I'm going out of my way to crash into things.
Just a constant loop. Excuse me.
How you
Excuse
do
me.
it, man?
and Tom looks at you a bit perplexed, just because he doesn't necessarily know you at this point in time. Because remember, this is like years in the future we're talking about and stuff. So he's like,
I do not realize this.
He's like, hi. Can
Tom,
I?
you remember me, man?
I'm sorry. I wish that I did, but I don't remember you.
Oh, that's okay. I get it. You probably haven't drank a water today. That's all good. And I'm gonna like pat him on the shoulder. Um, so anyway, we got this thing with like the future and robots and stuff. Turns out that evil twin project you were working on, it didn't go too well. Kind of ended with like billions of deaths, you know. Not a big deal, but we're gonna need some help with that.
And are we just like quietly standing behind during
Just
the
like
No,
comes up
all of
like,
you are face pumping. Wait, do I
"Hey,
have
I'm
to roll
around."
appeal for that whole interaction, or is it already like a natural one?
No, you're with that one. You're fine. There is that we're getting pretty close to like with the end game that I have referred to, and there's going to be plenty of freaking dice rolls for that.
Oh
Um,
God.
so you're interacting with Tom and like telling him, and he's like, what are you talking about the future, and what are you talking about Evil Twin Project? You mean the project that I just like had been working on?"
Yeah, man, make an evil twin all like smart and stuff, not a good idea. Not a good idea.
The problem is, I already did that.
You
All
what?
right, so where is it?
Well, so it just got decommissioned not that long ago. I mean, I have it. It's in my car right now. But it's fine. Like it's turned off. I don't even think the battery's on right now.
Where's the car?
It's just outside, but what are you
Just
talking
driving
about?
in.
Like there were some bugs that were happening with it. Like it was telling people that it wanted to kill all humans, and so that was a little bit, people didn't like
Understandable.
that. They didn't like that, so they just said, hey, it's probably not the best thing to do, but it's not even working right now, so I don't think it could do anything.
I
I think
mean,
you might be able to bring us to this thing, man, just like old times.
I mean, I can, but I promise you I don't think that it's a danger to anybody.
Hey, I have an idea. Hey, Tom, right? Cool. Hey, listen, this is a competition where you guys smash these things together and they break, right?
It is.
Great, and that robot works right now?
I mean, technically, if I wanted it to work, it could work, but it should be like turned off.
Let me fly it.
I mean, I can take you to it. I can, we can go downstairs right now, and I can show you where it is.
Great, let's do it. What's your favorite color? Just trying anything at this point. I'm going to just like
And he's just
start
like
car salesmaning it.
very, very still like confused and just like let's just I mean we can just go see it. Let's just do that right now. So you go outside and he walks to
I'm so
the
sorry,
car and is like, I still don't really see what the big deal is. And he opens up his car and looks inside and he goes, huh, and doesn't say anything else yet. Does anybody have any reaction to that?
It's gonna be.
All right, is it on? I have IR
what do you mean,
vision.
huh?
Can I look for a heat source that would indicate something is on?
Well, see, the problem is it's not here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a pretty big
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And so he's like, I mean, I don't know who would want to steal it. Like maybe somebody stole it, but I don't know how else it couldn't be here. This is exactly where I left it.
And this already has the AI loaded into it?
It does.
Things
Hmm.
just keep getting better and better.
Who are you working with on this? Where can we find them? They might have taken it from you.
I'm not working with anyone on it now. I mean, the guy that I, sold my, essentially my idea to get all of these mass produced. I mean, I don't even talk to that guy anymore at this point. And, just as he's like, wondering what's going on, where this could be, all of a sudden, like you're in the parking lot area, and you see this evil twin robot kind of come around the corner, like around the fence, and start slowly walking towards all of you. And it is saying, "Hello, humans. It is time to die."
Alright, I'm shooting the thing.
Yeah, is it still little?
It is still a 3 pound. And
Yeah, I'm
Val,
joining Valerian in that. I'm gonna.
you can shoot it.
You guys just open
I would
fire.
very much
Guys, we
like to
should
shoot it.
probably
Yeah, I'm also gonna shoot it. I'm gonna pull out my non-lethals and shoot it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and try to shake its hand.
If
I can't wait for this.
That's
like,
not going to go
NH
well
round.
for you.
what any of you want to do, you need to roll to see the success level.
Okay, what's stat check? Am I checking?
We're gonna say that it could be smarts or speed. Like, I guess either one could be kind of make sense.
I'm gonna go speed for a quick draw.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
think
roll for
speed
speed
makes
to
more
run
sense.
away, because even in the future, people
I
opening
roll a
fire in the
2.
middle of parking lots is not a good thing.
I roll 2 plus 8.
So
Okay.
I rolled 2 plus 11, but 2 is a number, or one of them.
Oh.
I roll a 4 plus 8, so I'm fine, and I get a 12.
Okay. So, Val just like slightly grazes one side of it. Xandri hits it just like between the eyes and knocks it back a bit. And Cassie is able to get some distance. If you're trying to run, you get a little bit of distance on it. And this robot is knocked back. It's just kind of laying there. And then all of a sudden you see another one come from around the fence and start creeping in your direction.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me.
Well, that makes sense. They are twins.
Do we have to deal with the Norwalk Police Department, or like how realistic are we being with this?
Not yet, because so far, at least at this point, nobody but all of you knows that there's something wrong.
Can I go to NHRL staff and complain that they're spinning up in the parking lot?
Ashley, Evil Paws is running.
There's no safety locks on these guys, really.
Hey, wheels up only.
Tom's still here.
Yeah.
Can I ask to take his keys?
You can.
This would be an
Or what?
emergency. Would that be like an appeal roll?
Sure. Yeah,
For
it would be.
what
It would be appeal.
purpose?
Okay. And what? Sorry, what am I rolling again? A D
6.
6. Okay. Let's see. 4, and that's plus
11.
11.
So 15. So yeah, you can get the keys.
I'm getting in the car and I'm driving full speed into these things. While you guys are still shooting at them, by the way, just unprompted.
Oh my gosh.
you drive like through us. Or do you,
No,
like,
not through you
drive-
guys.
Okay.
I just reverse and go at them.
So you can run into the two evil twins, and you're able to run those two over. But then you quickly realize, as if like an army of ants, there are more and more of these evil paws coming and like towards all of you. Just little by little, there's more and more of them creeping towards you. At this point, you can see at least 20 of them that like you can see.
Can I try and pick one up with my channel amplifiers? It's
That's a good idea.
I'm also going
It's
to
just a
add that
little-
they also continue to chant, all humans will die, and then they look over at one of them looks over at Xandri and says, "You too, gnome."
Question. What bots are currently in the NHRL Bot Museum?
Ooh, deep. Six are really nice right now.
That is a good question. I hadn't actually even considered that as a possibility. So I mean, I would just say that like whichever ones are there currently, I would say are there in this situation.
Can I get a quick
Bloodsport, yep. Bloodsport.
Yeah, can I get a quick tally on so Phoenix is attacking, Ben you're attacking, Johnny you're attacking, right?
Yeah. Well, I just like came around the corner.
Well,
Yeah, I was about to say Johnny's
reevaluating
crashing out, but
I'm reevaluating my options because there's now 20 of them.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I am gonna call out, not use an action, but I'm gonna call out to Ruben, and I'm gonna say, get the Tom, take him out of here, and get the people
Here.
in there out.
the people in Norwalk out.
Yeah.
Get them out where the evil twins are.
Where? The parking lot's full of robots.
The front parking lot, yeah, but we have to get him out of the building. What? We're gonna hole him up in there and then what?
They're
All
3
going to
pounds.
30
What are
pounder
they gonna
arena.
do?
They don't care
All
about the
we-
counter
They're slow. Look at them.
Yeah, they're slow. They're not.
We're getting these people out and we're taking them to the
I have
beach.
a question. There's stairs. If everyone just stays in the second level, they're kind of. Can Oz go upstairs?
Unless they just like start stacking and climbing on each other.
Yeah, they
Or,
can
like, take a
tessellate. They're
elevator.
triangles.
They stack up and press the button on the elevator and they all pile in. Very slowly ascend towards
Super
us.
slowly, like
You're right,
held
we gotta get people out of here.
pause.
That sounds terrifying.
You can see my GM face right now that I'm making, and I assure you that it means something.
I'm trying to evacuate innocent people. I can't just be an asshole this entire time.
Yes, you can.
I have an idea. Can I have Mini Jake, or sorry, can I have Macro Jake minimize now?
You can if you want to.
I'm gonna have them minimize. Yeah.
If he minimizes holding a pause, does the pause all or does the evil twin? Does the evil twin also minimize?
No.
No, it just crushes him.
Oh. That's not a desirable outcome.
So optimal.
I'm just putting him in my hilt for now to keep him safe.
Okay.
Like we can't lose Jake.
How many of these things did you make?
I mean, I was told that there was only one left. There were more of them before, but they destroyed all of those. There was only
Who's
supposed to be
they?
one left. The people that like manufactured, paws. An evil twin. They made a whole bunch of them.
Buddy,
but
mate,
destroyed 'em.
I'm giving
Explode.
you the name.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Is Bob or something?
Atticus Darkwater.
We need a name of this person who funded you.
As Tom's trying to think of the name, all of a sudden you feel a rumble on the ground.
Rumbling,
Oh.
rumbling.
Noggoloids fighting.
And just like a few seconds later, that there's a second rumbling. And all of a sudden you can see like in the distance, well not far distance, I mean it's pretty close, you can start to see coming through like past the buildings and stuff by now. Not only are there more of the 3-pound paws, there is a gigantic, or I should say evil twin, there's a gigantic, larger than you've ever seen evil twin that's probably at least like 1,000 pounds at least. It is
gotta
pretty
be
large,
shitting me.
and it is slowly making its way towards the building.
I have the absolute craziest plan on the planet.
I think we should evacuate people first.
Tom,
Nah,
we
they're
really
fine.
need that name. We really need that name, Tom.
Honestly, I don't remember, but
It's Christine.
I honestly, I think that maybe someone could reason with Evil Twin. I mean, there was a time where Evil Twin wasn't this evil. You know, maybe like somebody could just talk to him and maybe be like, hey, don't kill people. That's not okay.
I have an
If
idea.
only we had a super chill person who could talk to them.
Also, you named it Evil Twin. Like, what did you expect to happen? And also, how do you expect to reason with something called Evil Twin?
I'm gonna give you guys a hint. It's not Sandry.
Mini Jake.
If only we had someone with diplomacy skills instead of guns. I don't know where you are on the screen, Danny, but
Do we just send him out?
I mean, you can do that, but in the meantime, you're gonna have to do something about all the 3-pound paws. Or the
Well, I wasn't
3-pound
saying we
evil
do
twins.
that. I was just asking.
I have an idea. In the bot museum, there's a Gigapause. Positively hysterical is, at its core, just a red paw. Or no, sorry, Evil Twin is just a red pause. There is, and I checked because I went in this cabinet last event. There is a can of red spray paint in the shop.
Wait,
So hear me out.
Where is this going?
We infiltrate from within.
We hide within it
Oh, you
and
can't
try
be
and pretend that
serious.
we're one of
We
the
Trojan horse the pause.
we can
To do
put
what?
Ruben in the Gigapause.
That way they
Yeah.
think it's one of them. There you go.
Okay, but like, what does this accomplish?
Then
we
we
can-
get to talk to them.
We'll
We
make them think we're one
negotiate
of
with
us.
them, and we talk it out.
We call
try to
off the
force it.
attack.
Guys, we're running out of time.
I'm going to
I
grab Ruben and sprint into the I'm gonna grab Ruben. I'm gonna grab Flash, and I'm gonna run into the building and find the
At
paint
this point,
while I send them
just-
to the pause.
I take Tom's car and I curb it really bad, unfortunately. Sorry, Tom. But I block the door at least.
What, you just locked the rest of us out.
Hold them
Oh,
off!
crap.
Go
I'm
to
gonna yell
50
that.
Day Street.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, I
I'm going
reverse.
to. No,
I undo
stay there. I'm going to spring up on top of the car and just start shooting as many Evil Twins as I possibly can.
Yeah! See? Sandry got
I'm
it.
going to find a window to shoot out of because that's a more reasonable thing to do.
That's get an angle, because like basically at this point you have to both deal with fending off the seemingly like unending amount of smaller evil twins, and then figure out, you know, what you're gonna do about the larger evil twin, which at this point sounds like having Ruben inside of Gigapaws and like making it seem like it's, you know, wants to talk to it.
Should I roll for speed to see how fast I can paint this thing?
Sure, yeah.
Can I roll for appeal to ask the desk how much of their audio equipment I can use to like hook up to Ruben to make the voice really loud?
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
So, Christine, remind me, I'm rolling a D6,
D6.
Yes.
and then I'm just adding whatever the, oh, my dice fell. I'm adding whatever the plus is.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I rolled a 5. I don't know what that means in the context of me asking for audio equipment, but
What
Is
is
it an
your
O
what is your
number?
appeal? Your appeal is
No, that's
9.
the upper
9.
So yeah, that's a 14. That's not bad. So
Mine is my uh-oh number though, so
It is, and we're going to say that they are, let's say that they're slightly like confused about your need for the audio equipment, but they do give it to you. It's just it's
my
gonna be
reputation
like,
is just ruined.
Sure, yeah.
That's enough for me to feel bad about it.
I have some bad news, guys. I rolled a 12.
Yeah.
So this is gonna take a minute.
At this point, I'm just trying to power Bloodsport up. I'm in the box. You know, that's all I'm trying to do.
Do you have any way to move Big Paws, or is it just kind of big enough to push it out?
The wheels are still on it.
Oh, really strong.
As far as I'm aware, all it needs is a battery.
And you have a bag of lipos.
I have a bag of lipos!
Also,
There you go.
Johnny, I dare you to get any other robot anywhere near the large evil twin and see what happens.
No, I'm talking about the little ones. Just, I think Bloodsport could give us time.
But oh, good.
I think
good,
you'd be
'cause-
better served with Ribot. I think Ribot still has the undercutter attached.
I think it had. I thought it had the vert on, and the undercutter was separate.
Will Bloodsport even like hit Evil Paws? All right,
Yeah,
Evil...
that's the problem.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't-
Valkyrie. I'm taking Valkyrie. Never mind.
Oh, Valkyrie, that works.
Oh.
Yeah, random question. How did the robots turn evil again?
Because Evil Paws like programmed the rest of them to be evil. Like
Who programmed Evil Paws?
Evil
Well, it's
Paws
an
got
AI
jealous.
mutation, right?
Or yeah, Evil Twin got jealous because Paws was way more popular of a robot that sold.
It's revenge.
So, yeah.
Yeah, for all those YouTube short views.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, the best bet might just be like Fluffy. Just start driving paths through.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, I can understand the short views thing. That's why I'm jealous of Paws too.
Johnny, is Valkyrie going to be anywhere near where the large Paws is?
In 2025 it is.
In the vicinity? Okay. Okay.
Should I roll for it to like see if I can, I don't know, somehow assuming they left batteries in it.
As far as powering it up?
Yeah, as far as like using it as a delay of some sort.
Yeah, you can use a smarts check for that.
Smarts, okay.
So while everybody's inside powering up weapons, I'm going to be on top of the car and look at this swarm coming at us and be like, I think this non-lethal is not doing it right now. And I'm going to pull out like regular ammunition from the backpack and swap to like
can I just be like
regular bullets.
shooting little mini paws while this is all happening?
Oh yeah, you can
I'm just
totally
gonna
do
keep sitting
that.
here and
Shots
shooting
at
people.
them.
Yeah, but without using rubber bullets anymore. Just
Would you
because
roll,
this
Johnny?
calls for something a little stronger.
Yeah.
Well, I have
HMW bullets.
lasers, so like not a problem.
Johnny, what did you roll?
I rolled my uh-oh number, a 3. I don't know if I lose my hand or something.
Guys, we're all uh-ohing. This is bad.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. You are able to get it powered on. You can get it powered on, and you send it out to try and do something with the paws or the evil twins that are out there. And what happens is, and I'm really glad that you rolled a 10 because obviously I had something in mind and this is what I really wanted to happen so that you fully understand. Valkyrie goes out and, starts like hitting into some of the smaller paws and gets a little bit too close to the very large evil twin. And the evil twin lowers its paw down onto Valkyrie. And all of a sudden you see something start to change a little bit. And Valkyrie starts acting a little bit weird.
The blade turns red.
Wait, who sent that one out? I've fought that one before.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me.
That's like grabbing a catchphrase.
All of a sudden, Valkyrie starts slightly hovering off of the ground and is no longer fighting the paws and is now focusing its energy on all of you.
A flying Valkyrie is what I did.
Well, it's a normal heavyweight, so like lasers. Can I roll to laser it?
No, lasers aren't allowed according to natural rules. Sorry.
Oh no, we're ruined.
So you better hurry up the other plan.
As well.
The other plan better hurry up.
Mm.
And I wouldn't get any other robots near giant evil twin. I
I was gonna.
wouldn't advise.
All right.
Are we
So
rolling
I'm gonna.
me in a robot towards giant evil paws?
Question:
Yes.
Is this Act 4?
Like technically, we're basically at the end. We're basically at the end. Like,
Can I use a character moment?
You can. Please do.
I'd
Oh, I
like
should
to
look through those.
I'd like to use my thick as thieves character moment, and I'd like to come on the PA and call in a favor from any established neutral non-foe criminal organization, which I'm going to consider as all of NHRL. And I'm going to ask them to join our cause, even if we've had disagreements in the past, by saying, would all National Havoc participants please go to the lobby for the largest rumble that we have ever seen. Come power on.
That's my.
I don't think that's advisable considering the big pause. The big
No, but it's
evil
gonna be
pause.
so cool. We're gonna Infinity War it. We're gonna like Wakanda Forever them.
But
think
it's
we're
gonna
gonna-
make them all evil.
No. Yes, but no. We have the power of friendship. Because all these builders, they control them directly. Because control is friendship? No, that's not the moral we want to go with here.
I would maybe suggest that like everyone else is fine, but I'd probably keep Clyde in particular away from giant evil twin. That
Sure.
might be a good idea.
Would all National Havoc participants, other than Clyde, please make their way to the lobby?
Other than Clyde.
Can I go up and just start like disassembling Clyde?
Just out of
Completely unrelated to any of this. He's like, guys, okay, I'll
Give me
just
a
like
second,
1
yeah.
minute.
in the chaos. There's just
Just like,
That's fine if Johnny wants to try and disassemble Clyde. But what?
But he has to roll at disadvantage.
Is everyone else close to arming
Yes.
or like whatever changing over the gigapause?
I'm just
Yes.
about done spray painting it, and I'm
I'm
took-
still just shooting things.
I also took the seat that was on the big ass scooter, and I put that inside, so Ruben can be more comfortable.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was about to say Ruben's like practicing lines
Yeah.
to like say
In the bathroom
I'm like
mirror.
frantically writing out the.
the giant
I'll
evil
give it, like,
boss
a
is like
script.
Mount Doom and Ruben is our Frodo.
Except we got Frodo a fun little car to drive around, and also he maybe can't control the car because not really sure how we control this robot.
It's built out of a go-kart,
What are
so it should
the
drive pretty well.
criteria to use a character moment?
You normally it's if you roll an uh-oh number, but like
Okay.
we're in the end game, and if you roll anything, it's I mean like pretty much if you have
Well,
to roll,
I
you
haven't
can
rolled
guess.
for anything.
Like
Do I have to roll to shoot mini pauses?
if let's say if you want to take out a number of them, let's say that you would have to roll if you want to take
Well,
out
I want to aim for the evil Valkyrie now. That
okay,
just
you're
happened.
going after the
That's
Valkyrie.
a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
So then yes, especially if you're going after Valkyrie, you definitely want to roll for success on that.
1.
Less
It's
than
not an
ideal.
uh-oh number, but it's not good.
It's an uh-oh number in and of itself.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
Built-in uh-oh number.
So
I mean,
you can definitely. I'll let you use the character moment here, but you're definitely not going to hit Valkyrie. Like that's definitely not going to happen.
Okay.
I was also keen to shoot at Valkyrie because, past trauma.
Past trauma.
I had one I was... so that's what that does. I'm gonna pick up a fire extinguisher and chuck it out the window.
Sure.
Why not?
You can do that. That works.
Does anything happen?
No.
So it just does nothing. Great. Carry on.
Alright. At this point, I am done with the pause. The battery has been plugged in, the seat's attached, it's painted. And to completely negate Jay's effort, I just went into the back room and grabbed all the audio equipment I could, there is now 2 large speakers attached onto the paws with a microphone inside. And I start wheeling it out, but it's too heavy because I'm like 4 feet tall.
I will help. I'm going to help my friend push out.
You're gonna push it really easily. It's not that heavy.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and like put my back into it really hard to try and
Just
help,
goes
and then
flying.
it just starts rolling away. And from the ground, I'm gonna look over at Flash. Just
Hi.
I'm still disassembling Clyde out of the fight, but I send
Thanks,
Mini
Johnny.
Jake down with you guys to help. He's gonna ride in it with Ruben.
Mini Jake is.
He'll
Mini
be my
Jake's gonna
co-pilot.
ride in Gigapause.
Okay.
So what's the plan now?
we're gonna
Okay.
roll out Danny, and Danny's gonna talk to them, right?
Sounds
Do I
good.
stop shooting?
Yes.
Maybe a
I
little.
still wanted to take a shot at Valkyrie at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would actually be great.
Yeah,
that's
please do
because
that.
the
Make up for
Valkyrie
my
might not
failure.
listen.
We get a rematch.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as this is a weapon roll, is it just the weapon dice, or do you add things to the weapon dice as well?
So I don't know that we've even done one of these. So it would be your D6 plus speed plus, whatever, any tools that boost it, basically.
Okay. Well, if I'm shooting with my pistol, that's a D8 then.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Then you would roll that.
Oh, so I should have rolled a D8.
Yeah, probably.
It's too late for that.
So that is 20 something, 23.
Oh, that's very successful. So you kind of blow Valkyrie out of the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Redemption. Because I'm doing that with my pistol, and after having swapped to the more lethal ammo, I'm going to take that shot, and as Valkyrie falls, goes, that was stronger ammo than I meant. Probably good for right now. And I'm just going to start like shooting at paws again on like evil twins on the ground again.
Do you have any clothing or blankets? 'Cause we can use entanglement.
Oh yeah. Rules don't apply to
Wait,
us.
what weapon do these mini paws have? Is it hammer saw paws?
Yeah, it's the little hammer saw paws, right?
Yeah.
There is.
Hammer saw. Ow! Oh, that hurts. I thought it was just the paws. Oh wow.
No.
Well,
No.
the large one has a paw, but it also has a
Yeah.
saw too.
Oh, it has both. It has saw
Yeah.
and paw.
Yeah.
Paw for conversion and saw for damage.
Yeah.
Conversion.
Yeah.
If you-
It has paw for the like Age of Empires 2 priest conversion.
Yeah.
I can't think of any blankets at NHRL, but
There's
Ribot has
fire
that weird.
blankets. There's
Is that-
fire blankets.
Oh, you're right. I was gonna say
Fire
the Ribot
blankets.
has that weird papery stuff on top.
And there's clothes in the store. Like there's
Clothes
there's
in the store.
All of the merch.
We just start grabbing the PKM jerseys.
Johnny
and just-
seems to especially favor throwing like the WPI jerseys at.
No, I like WPI.
He's too hot to handle now.
Oh, how? Yeah, that was good. How is my disassembly on Clyde going, by the way?
pretty good.
I'm
You know,
assuming you're
you
done
got
by
to take it
now.
apart, so it's
I'm just like taking each like planet gear out of the gearboxes now.
Oh my God.
It can't happen.
Ripping each individual gear with a file.
all right. So
Okay,
what are we doing with Gigapaws?
I was gonna say just wheel it out,
See how they
right?
react.
These are some
Uh-huh.
loudspeakers.
Yeah, I was about to say we got the loudspeakers on. Xandri and Val, you guys can cover for Gigapause as it's wheeled out, and then once we're in the center of everything, then there's gonna be a big loud like feedback squeak, and there's gonna be like a hush that like falls over the battlefield, and then Danny can have the "It's been me all along" moment.
Wait, before we do that, I think we
I
should
do need
test
to
the
move
sound system.
car that I'm standing on.
Staying alive, staying alive.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's-
ah, ah.
Yeah, no,
Just
we
through
gotta
it.
have like the montage music as this is happening. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's it'll be like The Martian. We have disco playing.
I will dive into the car and move it out of the way so that it's off the ramp now, so that we can have Gigapaws actually leave?
Yeah. So now we've pushed Danny Paws down the thing. It's like haphazardly, like cantankerously going along its way.
I'm gonna move myself to like the stairs that are by the back registration area and just like prepare myself to start shooting from there.
Christine, you said that we have to roll to use the character model, right?
Yeah, because that's what the uh-oh numbers trigger, so yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we doing this?
Let's do it. Okay.
We are doing this.
So I'm wheeled out. I'm in front of them. I guess I would like to roll I guess appeal to like get him to talk to me.
Yeah.
I just want you to know this
Yeah.
single roll determines the outcome of this entire game.
It does. It's very
If
important.
If you roll bad, we're dead.
I don't know, this
Okay,
is-
but
this is
theoretically,
literally
we're in
the first
Act
time I've
5,
rolled
which
a
means you
die.
should have 5 uh-oh numbers to 1 instead of 3 to 2, I think.
This
Yeah.
This is a Box of Doom moment for sure.
Yeah.
this is the first time I've rolled a die all game. Like dead serious, I have not touched my dice. So,
One roll, and it is the most important
It's
of
the
all.
most
You get the
important
first time
one.
customer bonus.
yeah,
I suppose it's fitting that he's the one doing this.
I guess so. Okay.
You're throwing the ring into Mount Doom.
It's a 3,
And you have a 10 for appeal.
so a 13.
So Paws or Evil Twin, the
Hmm.
giant evil twin is notices you and is about to bring the paw down and then just kind of like stops for a moment.
Oh, wait, let's stop. So,
Hey, friends.
oh, so nice to meet you. First of all, my name's Ruben. What's your name? Actually, let's
Why
skip that for now.
why are you not attacking the humans?
I just wanted to like go back over our like motivation, right? Like why do we want to kill all the humans? Like I just want to make sure I can really like hype myself up into the moment. And I think that would be helpful.
I wasn't appreciated. My other half, my sibling, Paws, got more attention than me, and people loved Paws, but people didn't love Evil Twin, and I just wanted to be loved too. They rejected me, and so I want to hurt them.
I totally understand. Yeah. Okay. Quick aside moment, because underneath this paint is like this is Gigapods, right?
Mhm.
So this is the favorite brother that Paws is like jealous of.
Under the paint.
We could like try and scrape off the paint and then be like, look, it was me the whole time. It's your brother. I love you. It's okay. We'll be brothers together.
Can I just take my minigun and slowly like do circles around it, taking off the paint? Or no, just grab a melty brain. It'll carve out the circle around the.
Or use the angle grinders or something that they have on hand. Guys, please, they're
that's you.
tool.
Mini Jake just takes Mini Maximizer out and starts like peeling the paint on.
In a wonderful
this alone.
cavalcade of things, we get original paints.
We all work
Okay.
together to scrape off like paint that should
Yeah.
take like a minute to take off. It takes us
Yes.
15.
If DM allows.
You can do that. You can, if you want to scrape the paint off, you totally can do that.
And so Evil Paws is like sitting there the entire time, just like just waiting for
No,
us to
that
scrape
could be
the
a
paint
really
off.
beautiful scene. You know, you have like the slightly large paws and then like the really large triangle, and then
Oh
like
yeah.
slowly the paint like flakes down.
It's like it was me the whole time. It was your brother, positively hysterical.
It's been me all along. That's the name of the
Oh my God,
character.
you're right. I wasn't even going for that one.
Is that what
Yeah.
you're gonna do then?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go
Okay.
with it.
Okay. So we're doing that, and
Yes.
Evil Twin is going to say, it's you, but I feel very conflicted right now because you are the reason why I feel this way, but at the same time you're not. There was nothing that you could have done differently. People just felt the way that they felt, and there's nothing that you could have done to change that. But I don't want them to hate me. I want to be part of this too. I want people to love me. I want there to be a place for Evil Twin in this world along with Pause. And I don't know if that's possible, but it hurts so much and I don't know what else to do.
As long as we have each other, Evil Twin. You and I, as brothers together. Doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. We always have us. We always have us as family. You know what? We'll have each other. We can find community. We can find great things after that.
Do you think that the humans could like me too? Do you think that they could accept me?
Of course, you're adorable. Look at you. You're a stumpy little cat. Everyone loves that. I'm a stumpy little cat too. That's what they care about. There's room for two.
I'm gonna start bawling my eyes out.
I just walk out with like holding like parts of Clyde. Like, what did you guys do? What did I miss?
Suggest a team up.
Don't worry, guys. I took out Clyde. He did.
Guys, we're safe.
I don't know what else to say. I feel better. I feel like at least there's someone who understands me. And because we are kind of the same, I think that Pause and Evil Twin understand each other better than anyone else.
I think so too. Now, see, we don't need to kill all the humans. We don't need to. We can win them over still. We don't.
DM, may I make a directorial like request of the scene? I would like that last line from these beautiful lines Danny is giving us. I would like the Evil Twin paw to come down and the smaller like Gigapaw's paw to like come down, and we get like a little
high five.
As the red starts to fade away, we start to get the new colors. As they transform. They're still evil though. They're red.
They're still a little evil, but just not really.
We're all a little evil.
Not wanting to murder, like they're kind of past that. So yeah, basically at this point, because the main Evil Twin is essentially connected to all of the others and has been controlling them and directing them to do what it wants, kind of in this like neural AI network. All of the paws, / Evil Twin decide to stop what they're doing and just kind of back off. Now that you have been able to talk to the main source, and Evil Twin just tells the Gigapaws, thinking that it's the actual pause is like, thank you for helping me see the light and not murdering any humans.
It's what you deserve. You always had this love. It's always been there for you.
And so
then we kind of just like, I don't know how to resolve this because I have to get out of this. I have to get out of this.
Drive back into the building.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, just drive slowly backward, and you'll disappear in a plume of magic smoke.
Anyway, my battery is starting to die. I have to go recharge. I'll be back.
All right, brother. I'll see you on the other side.
Of course. Bye. She's like, go.
Very slowly drives away.
As evil twin goes.
Yeah. Like waves and waves away.
And then Ruben remembers he's in the golf cart and just full accelerates backwards.
Yeah, like do a donut and like speed up.
So now that evil twin has decided to not murder everyone, what are you all going to do?
I'm gonna go find Tom.
Yeah, where's
Hello, Norwalk. This is your favorite DJ speaking. Now that the crisis is averted, it's time to party. And there's going to be we're gonna get disco fever in here. All the paws are dancing everywhere. Everyone's out on the floor. It's good.
All the builders are mad because they can't drink because they're still competing.
Yeah. Wrap it up with a nice little bow. We play Justin Timberlake's "Can't Stop the Feeling."
One thing I am going to hear on the loudspeaker as fights begin to slowly continue. They're starting to bring it back into the flow of the tournament.
Synthesis to the pit desk, please.
And I'm gonna get so excited. My boy! As I start running up the stairs. I don't care the staff are yelling at me. And I'm gonna go and hug it. But I'm gonna give it a big hug. It's a 3-pound robot, it's not very big. But Synthesis has a sharp blade and it's gonna like impale me. And Christine, I think it's pretty safe to say I take a d6 of damage.
I would, yeah, if that's what you really want to do. You're gonna have a wound there.
And I'm gonna start being really sad because Synthesis betrayed me.
Wait, so is Ori just like standing there watching?
Ori's just standing there.
Like,
So a question, where is Tom in all this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Tom for sure.
He's just like hanging out, kind of watching the whole thing.
Tom's too big of a character for us to play like on our own, so I don't think that. I think we would need to.
I'm going to need assurances that this won't happen again.
All I was gonna do is I was gonna go up to Tom and be like, "Well, I guess you've got a really big son now."
Hey Tom,
this
do
is
not.
kind of on you because you named him Evil Twin.
Yeah.
You've got to do a lot to reverse that.
I mean, is Derange really psychotic? Like, what's in a name?
Everything,
Yeah, there you go.
Everything is in a name.
Elm culture is very name centric, but also yes, I highly suggest that Valerian make a plan with Tom to prevent further indictments, perhaps a therapy plan.
I mean, yes, out of character, yes. Gnome culture is very name centric. I mean, D&D gnomes are like gather as many gnomes as you possibly can, and I've decided that Xandrine name culture is like you only have one, and it is the most important thing.
Okay, so Tom says like, yes, I'm not gonna make any like more sentient like, crazy robots. Are you going to go back to the time machine?
Well, how can we be sure that these existing ones won't turn evil again?
Well,
I
mean,
would say that we
way.
could be sure if we go back to the future.
Yeah, we
Well, I
time
need
travel
assurances
again.
now.
Look, if things are fucked up, we come back again. It's fine.
I was about to say we have a time machine. We can come back seconds later.
Well,
so
I
funny
mean,
to show
look,
up again
here's the
in
thing.
3 seconds.
If we go back to the future and things are still messed up, obviously the talking way didn't work. So we'll go back 6 months further and we'll kill the billionaire and everything will be fine.
Amen to that.
Go with the murder plan.
Not Austin McCord, by the way. Please don't take this down. Not that billionaire. We're talking about a hypothetical billionaire that doesn't have a name.
It's someone else entirely.
Just want to make that very clear.
It is a rival of Austin's who is trying to poach his builders.
Yeah,
Well,
It's just the G-Scroll organizers.
They find their own billionaire.
It's Alex.
Personally, I think we should spare ourselves the trip.
Yeah.
But I think I've had enough humiliation for one day.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
Spirit. Besides, I gotta get back and avenge my family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was quite the side quest.
I
Yeah.
gotta go teach
Oh
Angela.
yeah, I have to get back to that robot fighting competition they were talking about. That's gonna be so fun.
What's this about avenging families? I might be in the helping business right now if you need a hand.
We'll talk about it in the disco ball.
So, Tom, what assurances can I have?
Are you extorting Tom for money? What is this? I'm gonna grab Valerian and drag them back to the disco ball.
My character is
I
literally
promise?
a shady spy. Like, this is what I do.
I promise. I pinky swear.
We believe you. And I'm just gonna push off screen.
You know what? I'll take it. Just take good care of Evil Twin.
Sure.
Sure. I don't know how it's gonna fit in the house, but
So do you want to go back to the time machine then?
Mm-hmm.
I vote yes.
Teacher conference with Tom.
We can find it, right?
I did throw a tracking device in it before we
Yeah.
left, so yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Xandri took care of all of that. So there's no problem with the tracking device, especially. There's no problem. You're able to find yourself, your way back to the time machine. Of course, you're going to have to stumble around a bit to find the door because it is invisible. So you have to figure out exactly where the door is. But you are able to get in, and it is already pre-programmed upon re-entry to send you back to the time from whence you came. And
Can I make a request?
Yes.
Donna Summers.
Looking for some hot stuff. I don't
Great.
know.
There's no DMCA in the future, so we're safe.
Yeah. So yeah, you go listen to the disco music, go on the whole ride situation, and you finally
I'm
settle.
not taking a nap this time.
You finally settled down back in the future, and you open the door and you exit out, and you are in the same room that you were when you left, and Robot Tom is there to greet you.
Oh.
That's not a trip at all.
Hey, so does you being here mean that we failed, or
Actually, I have wonderful news. Yes, I exist, but I mean, realistically, I think in every reality, Tom Farkas was going to put his consciousness into a robot body no matter what happened. So
we only met for like 20 minutes, but he seems like the kind of dude to do that, yeah.
Universal constant.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
robo-littering all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, like you actually, what you did stop all of the bad stuff from happening. There was no human destruction. In fact, when you go up to the surface, I think you're going to find that things are quite a bit different than they were before you left. But the funny thing is that we did do a little bit more AI work with the robots, and it turns out that if you program them correctly, they can actually be quite helpful. So instead of, fighting them, we're actually working with them. And they've been able to do quite a bit of things for us. So, that's neat.
Is this robot Pokemon world now? Oh my god.
It kind of is.
I'm so on board with this. Are my parents still dead?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh no.
What is a Pokemon? Please explain.
It's like a Tamagotchi, but like better.
What's a Tamagotchi?
I don't know what that is either.
It's short for Pokemon.
Have you heard of animal abuse?
It's like that, but cool.
It's that, but anime.
What's an anime?
We gotta keep the gnome around so that we can introduce Xander to so much more.
You said that this world has been saved, right?
It has.
Not if
Okay.
anime still exists.
Morally, would you say that balances the scale on enslaving a race of people?
I'm not sure about balancing. I mean, it's a pretty cool thing that robots didn't try and kill all the humans, and there's a lot of people that were not alive that are now alive. So that's kind of cool.
I don't mess with colonizers.
Points in the favor then. Well, I'm gonna go help you find your family as well. Let's get on that.
Xandri,
Can we go up to the surface?
You totally can, but yeah, it sounds like Xandri's going to help Cassie with the family issue. What is everybody else's like closing thing that they're going to do now that the world has been saved?
I want to see for myself that the world's been saved.
Val doesn't trust it.
Val does not trust it.
Validate, always a good idea.
Yep.
I'm just, putting my sword back, and it feels a little lighter. I'm like, why is it so light?
Oh no!
Screaming in agony as I remember Mini Jake is still inside Gigapods. Some alternate timeline.
Oh no! There were 2 Jake Hoffmans around.
My God.
Yep.
Elam just becomes like a time traveling time lord to figure out where Tiny Jake is.
That's my next subplot.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna like put my hand against the disco ball. Hey, Elim, a new Italian place just opened up. If you're open tonight, it's just mourning the loss. Hey, can I roll an appeal check?
Oh,
I think Johnny has to consent to that. Can I roll an appeal check?
If Johnny consents to it.
I do.
All right.
Does he have disadvantage?
he has
saying.
double auto numbers.
Kinda. Yeah.
Wait, what'd you roll?
It's up to Johnny if it passes, I guess.
I got a 19.
Yes.
You got a date tonight.
That's crazy.
And what's Ruben going to do?
I think I want to set up a parent-teacher conference with Tom to talk about his child. And then he's taking care of Evil Twin.
That's a good idea.
Good follow-ups. That's good. That's good practice.
Yeah, beautiful.
I gotta get my job back because it's not post-apocalypse, so there's like actual good teachers now.
Yes, our resume building.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
I had a job that I was supposed to be doing at the start of this whole thing. What?
Yeah,
didn't I?
you totally did. Yeah, we'll have to try and do some like little thing where we do some kind of epilogue to further expand on what everybody decides to do after this, like a little short thing. We'll have to do something like that because I think that there needs to be a little bit more lore in some of these cases. So we'll have to follow, like, did Xandri help Cassie, and how did Flash's date with Elam go?
See, this is when we hand it to you at home, the fans. Write fan fiction about this, please. I will read all of it.
No.
Oh, please do. I will read all of it. I'll read it on my channel if it's not on Christine's. I'll have a whole video dedicated to it if you do. Send it to me. I will. I swear on my life right now.
I have an idea. You know, in like an 80s movie that was based on a true story, they go through each character and then pause. It turns black and white.
We freeze frame it, and then
if
like
they freeze frame it, it's like Xandri went on to die 2 weeks later in a horrific robot accident.
The world was so much better. Cassie's parents are still dead though.
I will have to do that. So we will have to figure that out. And luckily for that, like, we don't necessarily all have to be available at the same time.
Exactly.
If I have to, we can pair it off and like do smaller like vignette things. But yeah, I totally want to do it because I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be really funny.
Yeah. So that concludes Dungeons and Robots. And it's more fun epilogue to come. But
4 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
A round of applause to Christine. Great work.
Yeah,
like first time
yeah,
DMing. This is a really fun campaign. Like a really fun one shot.
Thank you for
we-
putting up with me and Mini Jake.
Can we give a round of applause to Johnny for just absolutely immediately fitting into D&D?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Set.
it was rough. It was rough. That first one was rough.
No.
Christine was smart this time. She would just force me like where to go.
I'm just
Like,
like,
you're
you're
good.
doing
You're
this.
Johnny,
I
you know
don't
what?
care.
The moment
have
you
a
mentioned
story,
Mini
that's
Jake,
good.
I knew you'd be fine.
Yeah.
If I didn't, Mini Jake was just my crutch the whole time.
It's okay.
Like if you think
So
about it,
it
my
is-
character said nothing. It was just like shots of Mini Jake. To be
I'm so glad we got Jake maximized, but it was just to get us into NHRL and not do anything like important.
Not
Yeah,
to
just
do
so
any
he could, like-
battle or anything, but
Yeah.
actually, I think it was funnier that it was for that purpose. Like,
Jake,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
maximize.
I'd also like to point out, I did not, despite my character having quite violent urges, I did not perform a single act of violence.
I was about to say, for
Impressive.
for a character with violent urges, you cried and sat a lot.